Hi everyone! How's it going?
Hello!
So right now, Fish has thrown her mic across the room, so she's collecting that. And,
Make sure to admonish her when she gets onto voice chat and video chat.
Oh my god.
We were on time, and look at me, I'm the DM now.
That is
We were
true.
10 minutes early, motherfucker. We were good at this shit.
Oh, Fish is back! Voice,
Hi.
anyways.
Fish?
Yeah, Fish has been back for voice.
At
She
least
just
on
hasn't
voice.
said anything.
Oh.
Yeah, about that. I think some
Okay.
things happen.
Uh-oh.
No, this is just her far away from her mic. That's the problem.
Yeah. No, yeah, I'm just adjusting the mic.
Alright. I'd say I'd give you help, but this is sort of a physical thing. Nothing I can do about physical.
Okay. Can you guys hear me? Is it...
Oh, there's music on.
Yeah, we can see you fine. Well, hear you fine. You know what I mean.
You're...
have to...
What?
Let's get into physical. Okay.
Alright, put on some jungle music. Alright. Oh, I still need a picture of Koa Shop to put in Muti's place until they get here.
Yeah. Yes, Kat, I can hear you fine.
So how's everybody's quarantine? I can't hear you, Fish.
I'm going crazy.
Sam?
Cool.
Same.
I work, so I'm still going crazy.
Oh.
Same.
Oh, I work as well, but I can't fucking...
Kate wants you to turn that music a little bit.
Yep, I got it. There we go. The problem is I have to turn the YouTube down so low that it's really hard to get, because there's only a sliver to work with, because it's already down to like 10%. So, Fish, did you hear what I said about Jet?
Nope.
I lied about his stats earlier when you asked.
What are his stats?
You asked his strength, dex, and con. I said 10, 12, and 14.
Okay.
It's 10, 13, 16.
He's got 16 con?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has the same con as Soul.
Baby boy. So, con... I was just talking to, Joan Suplex about this earlier, because she was like, what are the stats to figure out how big someone's, like, butt is? And I was like, I always go for con.
Jesus Christ.
Because it's the meat, you know what I mean? You could be strong, but con is like...
Sure, you can have
how much you can withstand.
Like a muscle butt for days, but, you know, the juice is where the fat is.
Yeah,
Jesus
right, exactly.
Christ, guys.
So, Jet is, by
we're
my...
talking about Jet.
By my standards as a DM, which is... I'm DMing for Jet.
I need a drink.
Jet
That's
is...
the law.
Jet is... He's got...
Jet is juicy.
Y'all are fucking ridiculous.
Jet is juicy.
Y'all are fucking ridiculous.
You know.
Are you dying over there?
Yeah.
Of course she is. How do I get this to work?
Fish, are you on video, or are we waiting
I'm
for...
refreshing one more time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can see like blackness, but that's it.
Oh, are we streaming?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're streaming now.
Oh
Yeah,
my gosh.
I literally
Hi everyone! I am so sorry for the technical difficulties. I totally knew that we were streaming.
Of course. Like...
Oh, honey. Bum, bum, bum.
Hi, Kate. How are you, hun?
Alright.
So... just to start while my tab refreshes, last session our heroes landed in Camp Vengeance, a fort situated in the thick jungles of Chult, just off the river Soshin Star, led by Captain Commander Niles Breakbone of the Order of Gauntlet. The group quickly found that the standards at the camp were less than subpar. Disease was riddled all throughout the camp. Most of the men were situated in the hospital tent. Morale was at all-time low. And they managed to wiggle the way into suppressing an attack of undead, including a zombie which launched the killing blow on. And over the brief little break, they agreed to a mission to help Camp Vengeance. They are heading out to talk to Artis, a rather mysterious man they've met occasionally, to talk about going artifact diving at Camp Righteous, the previous encampment by the Order. Be on video too.
I'm gonna clip my cat out before he meows the entire time. Yep, everyone can hear you.
Hi, Emily. How are you doing tonight?
Oh my gosh! Emily's here! Oh, sorry.
Fish, fix your video.
I'm trying. I'm reconnecting as much as I can.
What is the webcam thing on the right option?
Yeah. It's like all on the right. You know, 1 second. I'm gonna go bother my dad.
Unplug and replug. All right. Anybody have questions, chat? Since we're waiting on Fish.
We're waiting on Fish again?
Always waiting on the DM.
Mm-hmm. It's almost like it's her world and she gets to decide what we do with it.
True.
Oh! Emily! Hi!
You did, yeah, you didn't hear Fish scream.
Ah! I missed it. But hey, I'm so glad you could come! Oh, did Fish mention who this was?
No.
The group finds themselves eating breakfast as I reset my modem.
Oh god. Okay, bye.
I love you. Fish, do you want me to tell you who Emily is?
I think she's
I already do. Wait. Can everyone reconnect?
Sure. Oh, no, I see you.
Damn it, I just reconnect. Yay, there we are. Now I can see you.
Okay, never
Mission
mind.
accomplished.
I don't have to reset. Let me go. I gotta go tell my dad he doesn't have to turn his show off.
Oh, good luck. I was catching up. We just started, so nothing too crazy.
Yep. We're sitting here talking shit.
Mm-hmm.
I have
I'm
gummies,
so glad you could come. I'm so excited.
soda, and Cheetos. Do you guys have anything you're munching on tonight?
I have a singular hard apple cider, which is almost done.
Water.
Agua.
Nice, good for you. Stay
Agua.
hydrated.
What are you having, Fish?
I also have beer for after I'm done my water.
There you go.
I
And then
also have
root beer after this.
PB Bites pretzel.
Sponsor content.
We wish.
Yeah. But, Fish, do you want to tell them who Emily is or me?
Oh, for all of the
Special
people.
guest.
Yeah,
You just told her to say something. Let her say it.
so we have
I'm not talking!
we have a special guest with us here. Emily.e draws, a artist that several of us have commissioned before and is responsible for the art for
Oh my god.
Conan. Solidago, Alva, Alba having been featured on
Last episode.
last episode. So thank you, Emily, for being here.
Yes, thank you so much for coming. She did not draw Jet. That was someone else. But I definitely totally plan on surprising Mark with a commission of Jet or someone from Emily eventually.
Yeah. So thank you for being here. I love you.
Yes, thank you so much.
But not like that.
You've provided so much art. I'm so excited.
Cool.
Okay, but anyways, back to the game.
Hi, Emily.
Setting.
Okay, sorry.
What the fuck was that? I missed that entirely.
All right, go ahead.
1 second. I'm setting up the map.
Hey, we are sponsored
Just so you know,
by,
no one can see because we're on the
Small
chat screen.
Pusheen.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Everyone, together. Game, start now.
Okay, so we have walked up to. We are currently walking up to an artist Kimber.
Yeah. And just a brief recap. He's a reasonably tall, kind of leaning on the thin side of things. Brown
We
hair.
have two artists.
No you don't. That one dies. Oh, so
You
does
just deleted us.
once. So, the group disappeared. Roll credits. So the group finds
Good,
themselves
finally.
approaching Artist Timber, a reasonably tall, on the thin side man with brown hair, brown goatee, wearing a decent amount of clothes. And they have just been sent to talk about the possibility of investigating Camp Righteous.
Awesome.
And also, everybody blips back into appearance.
Hell yeah.
Teacher.
Yes?
We didn't actually go over what happened last session.
Yeah, we
Yes,
did.
we did.
Yeah, we did.
Did we talk about the dinosaur fight?
Yes,
Yes.
we did.
Yep.
Very
I
briefly.
must have missed that. I must have been getting yelled at.
Yes.
Probably were.
Probably. Alright, we're good.
So, Sol will walk up to Artis and give his casual, awkward wave as he does and says, good morning. We were told to come and speak with you about going to Camp Righteous.
Right.
Were you... What's the plan?
He'll fold his arms like in front of him, very badly imitating, like he's kind of imitating Solidago's posture, not the hands thing, but everything else. I don't clear his throat. I don't know. I'm heading over to the Frost Giants.
Oh, right. You mentioned that one of your compatriots will be going to Camp Righteous if you decide to go that way.
Yes, he already is.
Oh, he's already there?
Yes,
Oh,
he walks.
alright. All night? How long has it been there?
A few days.
Soul sort of like look back at the group.
Has he been able to relay to you any information, things that we should be worried about upon arriving?
He'll kind of space out, staring past the group as he thinks very hard. Axe beat.
Axe beat?
Axe beat. Bird
Uh,
with axe-like beat. Hence the name Axe.
Oh,
I believe that they're a Chilton derivative of the beaver. they're known for building dams or other types of primitive structures, using their axe to cut down bigger limbs. Very important location in Chult. Yes.
Would Soul know anything about axe beaks?
Soul can make me a nature check.
Hi, he has a +0.
Awesome.
An 18.
Cool. You would know that axe beaks are pretty big birds with axe-like beaks. And they kind of have a fierce temperament, very protective of their young, but they're known for being pretty docile if you don't move fast. And if you don't, like, make loud noises or anything else like that.
So, like Jurassic Park T-Rex rules.
Yes. Except it's on a bird with an axe-like beak. Hence the name. Axe beak.
Axe beak.
Also,
Alright.
axe is not a word to me anymore.
And then the temple itself. Do you know much about it, or this everlasting spring that the commander is so interested about?
No. I know that when the first archaeologists were investigating it, they ran into a lot of problems. It appears that the Chultans, like most people out there, historical peoples, deeply invested in traps.
That's good to know.
So,
Do we have any large sticks anywhere, by chance?
are you looking for a 10-foot pole?
So we'll look around to see if there's a 10-foot pole hanging around.
Let's give it a perception check.
Oh, wait, okay. Another +0. Yeah. He wasn't looking that hard anyways.
Yeah, and if you had to guess, anything that could remotely be used in the camp has been put in the,
Yeah, it's being put to use.
He's
yeah.
still in front of us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Jet's gonna like walk over since it seems the conversation has ended about the mission and go, so, I did want to ask you one question.
Yes.
What school of magic do you know? Like, are you a wizard? Did you come from the Sword Coast?
Oh, I came from Cormyr.
Oh, does Jet know that? Anything about that?
It's, like, near the... I actually don't know anything about Cormyr, I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
It's quite a ways away.
It's
Like,
really
a
away.
ways away.
So Jeff's probably never heard of it.
Well, I'm sure you've heard of it, but like, it's like saying that China is the thing that exists.
Ah.
Like, sure, it's far away, but you've heard of it.
Okay,
Cormyr.
but I was more so asking, are you a sorcerer? Are you a wizard? More so, I'm just trying to understand, where you learned your magic.
Yeah, that spell that you did last night.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I get questions about that all the time. I would,
Is she thinking,
Anyway.
or is she?
So I think very important that you guys set out as soon as possible. Quite a journey ahead of you. 4 days of travel.
Well, we plan on taking a canoe, so it shouldn't be too bad.
It's about 3 days. You know, canoe would be like one.
Well, we're
Yes.
only we're only contracted with the troops here for 3 days, so got to make the best of our time.
Right. And then
Did you know what kind of were there?
no. I'm sure my
And did
friend
the
no.
okay. Do you know if you would also know anything about the shrine itself? Fair enough.
Who kind of like gesture over to Eku. I'm sure your guide would be able to help more. get there.
Mhm,
And to answer your question, Wizard, I focus on the destructive school of magic.
Oh, evocation.
Temperature. Yes.
Oh, that's interesting.
I just tend to lead more into the solidification of the world.
Hmm. That's very interesting.
Nice.
Yeah. Why I'm able to keep cool in Chult until Jester at his close.
That's a really.
Yes, this looks very stuffy.
I really want to know what spell you use. It is ridiculously hot here.
Yeah. You can get used to it.
Well, you get used to it if you have magic that turns your fucking shit cold.
Yeah. Not something I like to speak about often. But when you come back, perhaps we can speak on it more.
That would be amazing. I would appreciate that very much.
Well, have fun. Stay safe.
Thank you very much.
And he'll sidestep.
So we'll turn to Eku. Eku, Miss Eku, were you planning on joining us for this trip?
No, but I suppose if you have need of me, I would be more than willing to accompany you.
I thought we already asked her.
I couldn't remember if we did, and I can't find the roleplay chat at the moment. But yeah, I figured I would. Do you mind?
I understand that Lady Devanath wanted me to be around for the shrine, temple that I wish to clear up.
Mhm.
I would prefer not to go with you, but you are renting my service. If
Mhm.
you have need of
Well,
me for the shrine, I will be more than willing to accompany you.
Well, personally, I think we'll be okay without you if everyone else is.
We should be fine.
Yeah, I don't think we'll need your services.
Thank you for being flexible, Eku. That's very helpful.
Very well. Like I said, I am at your beck and call until our contract. Please. Jet, understand that you can send for me if you need help. I can tap into my understanding of the world. Be at you at a moment's notice. So, if you're ever in trouble, please do not hesitate.
Oh, if we're in massive trouble and I need to contact you, you'll know. I have a feeling you'll know.
Good. Very good. Travel safe.
Thank you.
Stay... Go ahead.
You as well. I was just saying you too.
All right.
Hello.
Hi.
Damn it. I don't know how you glasses people do it. But- Keep glasses from not being blurry. But
You
anyways,
don't.
But anyways, I think unless we have anything else to do, I think we're good to go. I think. Oh shit, we're on the move.
Oh, yeah. Did you guys have anything else to do in Camp Vengeance?
I had nothing.
No.
All right. Awesome. So it'll take approximately 3 days to get to Camp Raichu. Moving at your normal pace, you will travel 2 hexes. So you'd get there about by rules as written 2 days. However, you can move at a fast pace and just clear it all out in 1 day.
I think we could do it in 1 day. Might as
Sure.
well, because I mean, like, it's not like we're going to be sleeping.
Are you using a different mic, Echo?
No, same mic.
No,
Is it sound worse?
we're all having sound issues, Muty.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
I had to disconnect to reconnect to the Discord chat, and it fixed my audio. I don't.
I can try doing that, but y'all keep going.
Yeah, no, a quick pace would be better. The sooner we're out of the jungle, the happier I'll be. It's quite dangerous out here.
I'm in agreement.
Nothing. That's not Cole's voice.
Okay. Who's going to be taking point on the ship?
Point for what?
Just like navigating the boat. It's like a single stream.
Well,
Guys
so-
can't get lost, but
yeah. Soul kind of handled it last time, so you can do it this time.
cute.
Me?
No, me.
Oh, okay. I'm like, ah. I'm
No,
sorry.
yeah,
Everybody's
Soul's, like, in charge of, like-
so choppy.
Yeah. Mark,
Roll
is it
20.
possible to
What's up?
switch us to a different server?
I already did. I put us to east. I already switched us to east.
Well, hopefully that'll help.
And I just reconnected and I got muty, so we're good. It's a good night.
Hell yeah.
All right. So the first few hours of travel go by pretty quietly. The water of the river Ocean Star has swelled from the last few days of rain, but nothing that would prove your trip dangerous. However, as you're floating by, during about mid-morning, you guys kind of driving past it really quickly, you can see a bundle of fruits that stick out to you, like a strange growing ivy-like bush that kind of hangs over the river. And this isn't something that any of you have seen before on your travels, save for maybe Solidago and Koasha.
Does Soul recognize,
muted,
what's
muted.
up with this?
He can.
I was gonna ask if I could make a nature check.
Don't ask me
Soul
to
will help.
check. Just ask.
Shock.
You know something, and I'll tell you what check to make.
Okay.
Roll me a d6, and then make that
Both
nature
of us or
check.
one?
Just one.
Okay. I'll let you do it, Muty. My nature isn't that good.
All right. What was it?
You have 5?
For the D6.
Okay.
Hold on. Okay.
Nice. Oh, hold.
23
Still
still.
Get it.
Q. Roll me a 2d6.
Oh god.
Shit.
I hate that.
We all gonna die.
4.
Okay, cool. So you are kind of able to spot them from a decent amount of way, despite how fast the boat is moving. You see they're about fist-sized, not dang.
Come on, you got this.
To the bush. You know them as Wuka nuts. Pretty commonly, Chakuli, Su monsters, and Zorbos tend to hang around them. And you know that they aren't quite edible, but they do, when you rattle them, kind of shed light. And that those particular creatures use it to attract nocturnal creatures, that kind of deal. They are not edible, however.
Light maracas.
Yes.
Exactly.
Is there anything you do in particular, or do you just kind of float on by?
He tells the party if anybody else notices.
Probably not.
If Koshok mentions that, Soul will be like, "Ooh, I wouldn't mind getting some for me if that's possible. Like to
can-
not have to rely on Jet's light all the time."
But I can make light. Why would
Yes, but when you're not there, I can't see.
Don't you think they'd be a little dangerous to have in your bag? I mean, when we
Only if I shake them.
well, when you run or walk, they shake inherently.
Well, they'd also be in a bag.
I don't know how strong the light is. Cole, how strong is the light?
10 feet bright and then 10 feet dim. Is that?
The light spell.
It's like a candle's worth.
It worked basically like the light spell, honestly.
Actually, smaller. Sorry.
Yeah, a lot smaller.
You can see
mine's
about-
double that. Mine's double
You can
that.
see about 10 feet. With it.
Duvaneth will shrug.
I would like to have some. And I'm in charge of the canoe. So Soul will move the canoe over,
You
and
can
we'll-
say that.
grab some wuka nuts, unless someone would like to stop him.
Cole does not say.
Jet don't give a shit.
Hell
You pull,
yeah. I get some wuka nuts.
pull
He
the
just watches Soul.
thing to the side, grabbing the wuka nut, and so what's your passive perception? Which is I think the 8th time I've asked this.
It is a 10.
Cool. And as you're sort of touching around the wuka nuts, you can feel something like cold and scaly brush up against your hand. And one of the tree branches sort of ripple, revealing a pretty decently sized snake
Oh, it's one of you.
with like a
I
ridge
remember you.
thing, a jaculi, and it'll look at Solidago, mad, and kind of
I'm
slither
sorry
off.
I touched you.
It's mad. You can't fix your feeling. You just. It's
Can-
too late, Solidago.
You
Am I
heard the
rolling
snake.
initiative or something? Am I taking an attack? What's
No,
happening?
it just leaves.
It just
Oh,
leaves.
it just leaves?
You hurt his
Oh, thank God.
feelings.
Sorry. He'll like call after it, and he'll grab a wuka nut or two. How many
Alright.
does Soul harvest?
4.
4 wuka nuts.
Jet's gonna like quietly talk to Raylan. I would never disturb you like that. I just want to let you know.
I'm nothing like him.
WUKKA.
Nice. Wuka
It's-
nut.
Rayland goes,
That's what I
With
thought,
it
buddy.
sync too.
That's what I thought.
Do they have any serviceable weight, or are they just fine not making a weight for them?
they're about as much as a coin weighs.
Okay, yeah, so not too bad.
Which is about how I'm gonna like just weigh everything that seems reasonable. Oh, it's 0.1 pound.
Okay,
So about as much as a coin.
that's a heavy ass coin. All right.
It's a light nut. I don't know what else you expected.
Yeah. Where's my brain? But so we'll push the canoe back into the center of the river, and we'll continue on the way.
Cool. Again, nothing much else. Seems pretty casual. This whole adventuring business is whatever. You got this in the bag. And as you're sort of approaching evening, the sky's beginning to darken, and you can just kind of see the glimpses of a sort of stylistic crocodile head over the treetop. You could see just off to the side of you some rustling, and
Oh, that's not good.
group of people sort of like surge out of the underbrush. And they're all wearing like pretty raggedy robes, dashes of purple accenting all throughout. And they look really haggard. And they'll just kind of stare, very surprised and shocked at the canoe just drifting by them. And they'll just sort of watch with almost wild eyes. None of them are Chulten.
Does
Uh,
the purple?
What do they look like?
They're not Chulten, and they look haggard.
and they have purple robe situation accents.
Yeah, does the purple robe strike anything to me, like iconography-wise? Is it religious vestments or anything like that?
Same question.
Both of you make religion check.
Okay. Oh, nice.
Yeah, it definitely it's hard to pinpoint what religion it is, but it's definitely very the type of ritualism associated with religion, something a devotee would wear, that kind of thing. And if you had to and both of you can reasonably and the accenting is kind of done with someone who might belong in a secret society, something that Harpers do a lot is wear a lot of blue. You know, that kind of deal. So very like that.
Motherfucking cultist bitch. We gotta kill him. Just kill him all.
No.
That's me, this shit. Just like, what the fuck? Go faster. Go faster, please.
I think it would be funny if Jet one day was just like, fuck it, just kill him.
Duvaneth will lean over to Soul and say, should we interact with them?
How mad do they look?
You have a pretty small window of time. Not very. They just look
Haggard.
a little, yeah, like they're all definitely alive. They're not like no Rosny symbol. They don't look angry. They just look like
They've been in the jungle a little bit too long and need to go home.
and also they're on the undead side of the river, so
Yeah. So Soul's just going to call out in his large booming voice. Wrong side of the river, this side. Also, if you just follow it north the way we're going, you'll get back to Port Nyanzaru.
Thanks. Do you know where Camp Vengeance is?
Back that way.
You're on the wrong side of the river!
The other side. Back the way that we came.
You need to get to the other side of the river. Go back from where we're going.
Watch out for the quivers.
Hi, I'm Jet.
Thanks. You just drift right past them.
Make sure to get to the other side of the river. Watch out for Grung.
And you got just before
gosh,
night
Jesus.
break, makes it to Camp Righteous.
This is gonna take a while to load.
Yep.
Oh, there we go. That didn't take long at all.
Tell me if any of you are having difficulty.
Oh, we have an
it's
Eku with us.
When did you guys get? And then
We all fall into the river. We die.
Rocks
game over,
fall.
credits roll.
For me, it's weird because
The rocks.
each camp tent
Rocks to the
has a
ground.
light thing coming off of it.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, can we drop those fish if it's not too big of an issue? Because it's a little bit hard to see. There's like blind spots and stuff, but still.
The dynamic lighting didn't account for tents.
1
Yeah.
second.
Yeah.
Like if we could just remove the ones from like the flat tents, like the.
If you go back and forth, it's really funny. I'm entertaining myself.
Blinding the people on stream.
Mark, you have a
What?
inspiration from Kate.
Oh.
Sil!
Thank you for coming and joining us.
Give me inspiration.
Yeah, give
Bitch,
us
you just got here.
subscribe and give us inspiration. That would
Bitch,
be
you
very
just got here.
helpful.
Give me inspiration. The fuck?
Oh, Mark, you got an inspiration from Kate for saying, "Hi, I'm Joe."
Yeah.
Oh, that's a lot better. Thank you, Fish.
Oh, thank you. That actually, yeah. I'm okay with everything else. This is perfect.
Okay.
It's a boy!
Okay.
So
Which
as
one?
we step ashore, I'm seeing lots of tents and yada yadas. do they look in disrepair? Is there like a fire going? Is there anybody here?
Actually, there's a.
Give me 1 second and I will read it out for you.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Dope.
Oh shit! We have a whole ass description.
That's a lot of ass.
You come upon an abandoned riverside camp strewn with wreckage. The tents are tattered. Under the smell of yourselves, you just catch mold. Any and all of the permanent structures appear to have been burned to the ground. And as the rowboat approaches, it kind of bumps against two perfectly intact rowboats tied off to a very short dock. North of the camp is a ridge, built into which is an 80-foot tall stone statue carved to look like a man with a crocodile back. Same stylized head that I saw before. Between the statue's feet is a stone archway leading to a dark. To the left of the statue is a crude animal pen with a small animal frantically running in circles. And in front, positioned in between the feet, you see a very short, stout, fin-headed dragonborn wearing a decently sized armor and a sword about roughly the same size as him, sort of peering around, investigating the feet. He hasn't seen you yet. There's fire going.
Okay. Okay. So we'll go ahead and sort of take a look up at the shrine and like check it out, and then sort of move up to where this dragonborn can like see them, and he'll call out, "Oh, you, Artis's friend?"
The dragonborn will sort of turn around, and he'll wave.
Alright.
Cole waves
Devon-
back. Cole waves
Devon
back.
knocks an arrow.
Devon, so we'll go ahead and go 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm kidding. He'll come up and sort of like meet this boy halfway and hold out a hand to shake. Dracul Semper. It's a pleasure to meet you. Most people just call me Soul. And what can I call you?
Oh god.
He's 4'11".
Fuck you!
I wish I could
Thank
see
you.
fish.
What?
I
Can you guys?
see you mocking
Can you guys
me,
still hear
asshole.
me?
Yes.
Mark, it's been nice knowing you.
Go ahead, do it up.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Stunning.
Oh, I love that shirt, Meaty. I love it.
The dragonborn, you can smell brimstone, as scales sort of around his cheek start to flare, and he'll shake his head almost with a sad smile, and
Oh, don't speak.
he'll reach into his vest and pull out a little note card, and it says Dragonbait, written on it in a fair cursive hand.
So, Mr. Dragonbait, it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. We were sent on here from Camp Vengeance to help out and in clearing out this dungeon here. I've already introduced myself, and he'll look around to everyone and give them like a "dude, you're being rude" kind of like look. Introduce yourself to the new ally. You're muted, Jason.
Are we sure he's going to be an ally?
Do we even know who he is? You're literally talking to a muted person.
Yeah.
He's Dragonbait. You not see him hang?
He's-
I can't believe I have to watch Dragonbait experience some microaggression.
You'll smell
damn it.
baked bread and roses, and he'll kind of frown, and look at Jet very hurt.
Sorry.
Duvaneth, Dragonbait, pleasure.
He smells like lemon.
Oh. A pleasure to meet you, Mr. Jagenbite.
I can buy.
Cole. I have the accent. I will use it to say it the way I want.
I know. I'm just laughing at you regardless.
Jagenbite.
Dragon.
And
Okay.
So,
Dragonbait will look at Jet.
Hi. I'm just gonna stand over here.
What's
This
your
is
name?
Jet.
Yes, his name is Jet. So, is that your ex-speak? Ah. Interesting.
that's
Have there been...
pretty.
go ahead.
Do you know how long the camp has been abandoned for?
He'll reach into his vest and pull out another note card, and he'll flip it, and it has like a bunch of months, like 1 month, 2 month, 3 month, blah blah blah, and he'll point, and it says like 2 months.
Oh, so
Why
that
not?
What does it say? How many months?
2.
2 months.
2 months. Okay.
Then that poor animal in that cage over there must be going insane.
Oh, perhaps we should find some way when we're on our way out to open up the gate to its enclosure safely.
Oh.
Our artists did say that they are
Just
a
wanted
bit
to see you.
angry.
Only if you address her young. Actually, Jet, did you want to write down stuff for Axe Speaks for Volo?
Oh, yeah. Shit, I forgot about that. Yeah, I'll go do that over there. Have a good one. And Jet will.
Be careful.
Dragonbait, have you looked through the remainder of the camp? Was there anything worth taking that was left behind? Snakes? Okay. That's good, because it was either that or vampires.
Did snakes take over the camp, or are there just snakes in the tents? Oh, there's snakes in the tents.
Okay. We
And
Okay.
he will point over to Jet and sort of like gesture to his chest, obviously trying to point out like Jet's holy symbol, and then he will turn and point to the wooden structure up on that little hill.
This one over here?
Yeah, that one over there.
Oh, I can't see it worth a damn. Hold on.
Yeah, we have a tent in the way, so we'll just move over here around the tent and see what we're looking. Ah, that's fucked up.
Oh, snap.
Well, I guess the first place to start would be clearing out the camp itself. They didn't even have any fences up. I don't even know what they were thinking. Walls up, I should say.
It seems like a pretty hasty camp. If I had to guess, it was done.
Mark, could you bring Jet over here?
Sure.
It was a fairly hasty camp. If I had to guess anything, it would be that they were trying to take whatever treasures are inside the temple and leave as fast as possible. I don't imagine they stayed long with the camp like this.
But so we'll call Jet over in general and say, Jet, apparently something to do with, is it Mistra in general or just the holy symbol? Okay, number 2. So apparently there's something to do with holy symbols in here. So Sol is going to go ahead and take out his Mwakahito and...
Just remember, you guys went that way. Jet's still all the way up here writing about Axpeak. Like, he
Yeah.
can't hear you.
Yeah, I know. We're all good. But Sol's with Makahito already. He is going to go ahead and investigate up here and sort of like see if anyone follows him.
Cole will follow behind. Or alongside Dragonbait.
since it looks like this house has a little bit of elevation, once Duvanov gets to the top of the hill, she's going to wheel around and look to see if she can see Jet, because he's leaving the party, and that's a really silly thing to be doing.
Jet did it before y'all even left. You knew he was there.
You unfortunately passed the shrine's feet. You cannot see the thing.
Okay.
So yeah, Jet is out of view, unfortunately. The rest of you do
Duvanov
see.
shakes her head.
The rest of you do see a pretty hastily built wooden structure. The wood swollen from rain and disuse. Half of it is caved in from wet ashes and everything else like that, and it looks like there might have been more piles of wood, stone, mortar, things to make more buildings. And kind of dangling from a wooden board with like a pegs in it and stuff like that is a holy symbol of Torm.
Tormure?
What does Soul know about Torm?
A pretty decent amount. He's I would say a pretty common god. If you give me 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
I'm totally not.
You're valid.
Wait a minute. Wasn't there a character we met recently that was Torm associated? Or am I just like...
Maybe it's possible. Once we find out more, maybe we'll be able to figure it out.
Yeah.
But
Torm was is known as the True and the Loyal Fury. He's a god of duty, loyalty, righteousness, and given from what you see of his holy symbol, which is a right-handed gauntlet, the palm held forward, it might be the patron deity of the Order of the Gauntlet.
okay, so we'll go ahead and take the holy symbol off the hook and carefully wrap the cord around it and place it into his satchel for the time being with a small nod.
Somewhere, a goblin has a small spark of jealousy and wondering, why the hell didn't he get that first?
Dragonbait, have you looked in the temple itself at all yet? Okay.
Alright,
Would it
have
be
you seen any undead around here, or has it been pretty quiet? Some undead, okay.
would it be fair to look inside the bigger tents for supplies?
Okay. Not worth it. That's fair.
Snakes. Oh, the water ruined the supplies?
Okay. We're really good at
Yeah, you guys are really good. I thought this was gonna be harder.
Alright.
I mean, I'm proficient in Thieves' Cant.
Yeah. Come on, dude. Yeah, I was in marching band. Charades is what we
As a drama kid.
fair enough. Is there any pictures of the actual shrine itself, the dude with the crocodile?
I get to show you guys a handout. Oh my gosh.
We get to see art, baby, of a thing.
Duvanov is going to slug her way across camp to find Jet. Presumably he's been kidnapped by Grun. But
I assume at this point.
Yeah, he's dead. You just found the
Good to
body.
know, finally, right?
No, but he's right here.
Just after Mark got a commission of him and everything.
Oh,
Oh,
yo. That's
That's
dope as
amazing.
hell.
So glad I showed you the right one.
Yeah, not the interior map or something. Okay.
great. That's not ominous at all. That definitely looks
Oh.
cursed, etc., etc. As you all were riding in the boat up along, that's everything that Duvanis was saying. Yep, definitely cursed. Cursed.
Okay.
It's
Does
curse the clock.
someone know anything about this, like, sort of shit? Like, is this like an Upteo thing, or what's going on here?
History. It looks so
Alright.
cool.
Mhm. Oh shit, I'm so on.
This is just
I
one
wish
of
there was
those.
a way to add things to like your inventory without having to go into edit mode.
I love, like, in our Tomb of Annihilation TV show, of course, the like trailer. It's like Duvanis, the like wise and courageous, and then it's cut to like that is cursed. This is
Cursed. Absolutely cursed.
We're gonna
I
set
rolled
foot in
an
it.
11
Cursed.
fish.
This is pretty out of the way. You do know that animals were often deified in some small way, and each animal in Chult, of course, imparts a lesson
Mhm.
to the Chultans. So there's something going on here.
Let's see. A man carrying an alligator. Both things it could be. That seems like an odd choice.
Cole is in awe and respect.
Is it in dinosaur Upteo, like man and like as one thing?
It doesn't quite seem like an. Oh, maybe it's a Upteo
I don't
thing.
think
Apparently, it's a Cholitan. It's either Cholitan or Omuin. So maybe if we ask, I'm sure if we asked, like sent to Shago or maybe even Brixton, they might know something about this sort of thing.
Would Cole at least recognize, say, like, the style or the symbolism behind the crocodile?
Yeah, for sure. Just based off of Cole's like kind of cursory glance, definitely Omuin. The stylizing on the human is very Omuin.
Mm-hmm.
It's creepy as hell.
This is Omuin. He says it like almost fondly.
Oh,
That's interesting. I haven't come across much Omuin stuff before.
Well, it tends to be out of the way.
This is. Do you know anything about this, son? I'm honestly very curious.
This is definitely the entrance to a temple. Crocodiles usually symbolize, say, strength.
Possibly.
Very strong and loyal kind of thing.
and
Yeah, he's being carried. Fair enough.
and Soul, you mentioned that sometimes animals are used to teach lessons.
Sometimes.
It's cursed.
They tend to be deified. Like, so you know those blood sort of like runs from his nose. Like, did you ever have to read like those like African African folk tale things in elementary school where there wasn't a distinct like place where it's from? It's just
African.
And I was like, oh, what was this?
Remember
thing?
the African spider god?
I think it is.
Anansi.
Anansi, yeah. Like how like they all were like, you know, like a spider and etc. And like all different like animals of the area.
So
I was
you
gonna
should
say,
really
have you
stop.
ever-
You're gonna die of blood loss.
I was gonna say, have you ever read I don't know what culture is Greek. Have you ever read that one Dragonsborn's Fables? Like
Dragons. Okay, so it's more of a.
I am Dragonborn. I'm aware of the different, you know.
So it's more of a moral lesson and less of a punishment from the gods.
Possibly.
usually.
Great, that's assuring.
And he does seem
Occasionally.
to have his head, so the alligator did not bite it off. But I think this is all a little bit not as important. Are we ready to go inside then?
I don't know. I feel like understanding the alligator as an animal and the symbolism might help, but I'm ready to go inside.
Mm. Well, I mean, he does seem to be.
Maybe we
On
have to
his
depend on each other
back.
to go through something.
Yeah, like I don't know, maybe.
Mm.
Hey, Jet, how you doing?
Oh, Jesus Christ, scared the shit out of me.
Who's Jesus Christ? Have you been playing that Vans and
So
Vestibules?
where the fuck are you?
I'm over here, but
He's using
I keep hearing
thaumaturgy.
nerds from.
Jet, like, tries to push the tent down to find you. Where the fuck? Oh, hi.
Jet, can you roll me a d20 as you start pitting
fuck.
around the tent?
Is that what?
As you kind of flatten the tent?
Oh, fuck me.
Okay, cool. So as you're sort of fidgeting around with the tent, a snake unravels from the tent pole and is going to stare down Jet
Oh, shit.
before reaching out to bite. What's your AC?
My AC is 14. And thank you, Emily, for the follow. We greatly appreciate it.
Yes, thank you for following us, Emily. That's really sweet. And don't forget that you can give inspiration to someone.
Yes. Choose one of anybody, even the DM, for inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody want to plug the Discord?
Sure. Come join us, Emily. We're crazy motherfuckers in Discord.
That's
Sorry.
accurate.
Yes.
It's fucking accurate as hell.
Don't feel too pressured.
So did Jet get bit by the snake?
I must.
Oh, he doesn't actually have the shield on because he's drawing. So that's actually a 12.
Rip.
It's a what?
12.
12
AC.
because the shield's on his back.
It misses.
Oh shit.
The snake goes wide and looks about as alarmed as Jet does, and it will try to just leave. It'll just dart off.
I had one chance. Fuck.
And weren't you getting on my case about the Jakuli Jet?
Yes, well, this isn't their natural habitat, a tent.
Juvana with a
Living here.
arrow drawn hair standing up on it. Oh, jeez.
Her hair unpuffs.
Yes.
She got the Studio Ghibli thing going on.
Exactly.
Fish, did I get enough time with the Axebeak to try to understand the behavior and all that? And, like, enough information for Volo?
Given that, I mean, you're a decent enough anthropologist to know that the Axebeak is definitely not natural environment. It wasn't put there by any of the soldiers, just to have gotten stuck and isn't tall enough to jump out. But yeah, I would say that there's a decent amount. It's young. Its feathers are still like really fluffy, just starting to sleek out. It's probably about knee height for you. Blue body, brownish greenish wings to blend in with the beauty of Chult. A very sharp front beak.
It's a baby.
It's a baby boy.
Can I put in
Where's
parentheses
his
full
mama and papa?
information?
Sure. You can.
No, I'm asking
do you-
because obviously I don't fully know what this thing is, and I just wrote down whatever you just said. That's why. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Wow, I can't believe we just got left.
I'm used to it. So my wife.
My wife.
My wife
My wife.
decided to. The reason why I ran away is because she decided to color her hair blue, and so she was taking a shower. So my entire fucking shower is blue. So guess
I
who gets
remember
to
now.
guess who gets to bleach it tomorrow?
I hope your wife.
Nope, because she's allergic to bleach.
Mm.
Oh, rip.
It's fine. I have no
Okay.
problems doing
Anyways. Mhm. But shall we continue?
it. We shall. Jed's gonna go. Are you guys all done with whatever you're doing?
We're about to go enter the shrine, I believe.
Oh, okay. Jet's gonna, as he's walking by to the group, can he look at this door and see how it's closed?
Which door?
The Axebeak door.
Sure. It's a pretty rudimentary animal pen gate. So like wooden, like roped together, and it appears to just be stuck in the mud. So someone would have to pry it, like chuck it up.
Oh, damn it.
You need a strong boy.
Is it locked?
Oh, no, it is only locked by the element.
So you're saying it's an unlocked door, it's just stuck.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Alright,
Oh, no.
Jet's gonna walk over to the group. Are we good?
I was expecting a levitate out of you.
I'm not
no,
wasting
I know
that.
what this is going to be. Yep. I know what this is.
Yep.
I'm ready to go.
Giovanna will thematically take a one of the uses of her tinderbox and light a torch.
I'm a fucking cleric.
Giovanna, can't you see already? I appreciate it. Actually,
It's about the drama.
So we'll take the torch.
There you go.
Okay, how do I put the torch on the sheet?
Jet will cast light on himself.
You have to go into my token, like to the,
Okay.
Is-
Yeah,
the
I know how
door?
to get there.
and then you just mark in whatever light is for torch, like in the lighting section, and then you say all players see light, and then save.
Okay. What's the light for torch?
10.
No, it's more than that. 10 is like a candle.
Bless you.
Gracias.
Thank you for muting.
I'm
For
not
all of
that
our
much
sakes.
of an asshole.
Torch burns bright light 20-foot radius, and then dim light for an additional 20. So it's going to be 40, and then
Okay, and
after that, it should be good to go.
I missed it that Celius actually followed as well as Emily, so they both followed us. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
You both can give inspiration to anybody on the board, including the DM. So just put it in chat, whatever you guys want to, who you give it to, and we'll let them know.
So like your friendly neighborhood dragonborn.
okay, does that work, Sol?
No. Like when you join like the actual, like when you follow, you get a free one automatically. Self.
Yeah, so give it to me, Sil.
Yes, or me because I helped you out with
Sam. Sam,
Alright.
did I do it right?
that. Let me go to some place where there's some dark vision. Well, I can see within this area. I assume it works because I can see stuff.
Cool. Awesome. You have a torch.
But yes, I know you have light, Mark, but it was about the thematic thing of entering a temple with a torch lit.
It was about the drama.
It's gotta be.
I could have just like, I could have just touched the torch for you.
I literally hate this party.
So, as we peer down this entrance, what do we see?
The camera zooms in on the party's face, and it does a full 360 tilt face down the tunnel. It's dark. It's crowded with spider webs. Everything sort of has hazy lens over it. Already, the heat from the torch is stifling. It's about 20 feet high ceiling. And along the wall, you can see like almost staccato figures. A man with a body shaped much like the one in the statue, and a crocodile. And I'll get into the description of that in a second. But the like kind of first little area you see is 25 feet high ceiling. The floor is stone tile. It's covered with like mud, leaves that have been blown. And there's a very small, very high ledge of roughly 7 feet past the floor. Did I get that right?
I think if you look in the actual dungeon, it gives like proper like descriptions with the area. But I think what you got so far is correct.
Right. So it's like a hallway covered in mud and leaves, and then there's like a really tall ledge at the end of it.
Yeah, so like there's like basically gigantic steps going up kind of deal.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like a pit.
No, like we're at the bottom of the pit sort of deal.
Yeah.
And then it goes upward.
All right.
Thank you. That is exactly what I was going for.
Before we get past the feet, or at least Jet gets past the feet, he's going to look towards the axe beak and go, hopefully Opteo brings you home. And he's going to cast Thaumaturgy on the gate.
Click that shit.
The second to last bullet point is what I'm using.
So just oops.
Well, it's stuck in mud.
That's why I was asking you. That's why I was.
I mean, it's not. It's not. It is unlocked, but it is stuck.
It's
in...
like stuck. Kind
It has a specific DC.
It,
So
it
so
is
it's
locked
so
by
it's
the
so
elements.
it's locked.
Yeah, it is as Fish said, it is locked by the element.
Oh, I did say that.
That's the exact wording you used.
So you kind of point, and the arcane mist sort of like revel around, and then it just kind of and doesn't move.
God damn it! Well, at least it wasn't a spell slot.
Did you want me to get that for you, Jet?
Maybe
no.
we should wait until we're done.
I was just trying to see if I could do it from a distance.
Well, I can do it real fast. It shouldn't take more than 2
dramatically
seconds.
revealed the shrine. Sorry,
And we're focusing on the
Sometimes
axe
if you
beak.
quick open up the thing for the axe beak. You're just like, here you go, little one.
You asked the
And-
question, but you do it anyways.
Yeah, of course.
Cole kind of reached that. I don't think you should waste your heat points.
I won't waste my hit points. He'll just carefully open the door, making sure like he's on like the other side of the gate, so that way like if it runs to him, like and like runs out the door, like it has to run that way instead of like into him because like the gate's in the way. Like, you know how you want to open up horse gates.
The fledgling, you just kind of pick it out of the ground, much shocking without much problem. The axe beak will sort of keep pacing around, slow to a stop, dart out, look around, lock eyes with Soul, and charge at him and very gently bump into his body.
Oh.
And it'll make like a low kind of like creaking sound and keep bumping into him repeatedly.
Soul's about to cry. He just kind of gently like reaches out and pets the axe beak's like feathers. He's good.
It looks pretty happy. It does that like thing that birds do where their like eyes close. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, they like
Oh,
almost
yeah.
close. It looks like they're smiling.
Soul is baby.
Soul, we have a temple that was just dramatically
Yes,
introduced.
I'm coming. she'll like give it like another pat and sort of like head back over.
Okay. That is the first part of the temple described. Now, in the first room, what you guys see on both sides of the wall, the staccato of a river, like a river bank, and a man is leaning down and sort of gesturing, almost in a pleading motion, towards a crocodile who stepped out of the river.
See, I feel like we need to understand what's happening here before we make any kind of like definitive.
Oh, of course. I didn't realize that there were carvings on the inside. This is a lot more helpful. So, like, the first like picture is of like a man begging to a alligator.
Yes.
Is it mirrored on both walls? So, like, if I'm looking at the left wall and the right wall, it's mirrored image? Okay.
Are there any like defining expressions, or does it just look like a hieroglyph where you have to kind of like infer culturally what's going on?
It's pretty like he's making like the man is on his knees doing this, so it's pretty like
Position of worship, almost?
yeah, pleading, begging.
Okay.
The crocodile is positioned above him, so it's definitely like
Asking for something.
right.
Requesting help.
This end... So it goes up, big step up, right?
7 feet up.
Okay, this end... Does this end wall have a tableau on it as well, or is it
Yeah,
a similar
can you-
relief?
Come back to the others for 1 second.
Yes.
But you do cross that.
What's that?
But you do like go there.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Oh boy.
Hi guys, how you guys
I
doing
forget.
tonight?
And Duvanith, as you take that first step across the mud, despite how light you have maybe a split second where you're completely weightless as the ground collapses inward and you 20 feet taking fall damage.
2d6.
What?
2d6 fall damage.
Okay. Can you roll me a 2d6?
Oh, can I?
Mhm.
2d6 or 3d6?
2d.
Okay.
It's
4.
You take 4 points of damage as you sort of fumble down a 20-foot deep pit.
oh shit.
Um,
Duvanith. So it's like
Coach?
like over there looking down.
Koja
Oh.
is going to take out his quarterstaff and he's going to tap the other side.
it all collapses.
Okay.
Yeah,
This-
so it's like this entire like area.
That's-
It's like right here. That's like been
Yeah.
dropped in. Oh, is there like a thing on like the GM layer of like where the trap is, like the red mark? Because we could see that, so sort of like know where the trap fell. That could be kind of useful.
Cole looks at Duvanith in the hole, looks at his quarterstaff and says, I have a feeling I'm going to be needing this a lot more often.
Oh damn! It's like
Oh,
right there.
jeebers.
2. Oh,
Yeah.
I made it a token. 1 second.
Yeah, you
Ignore
want
it.
that on the
Ignore
map
it.
layer.
I know.
No, you're all good. Sorry, I'm sorry. That was me. So we'll go ahead and start taking out his hempen rope, and we'll go ahead and lower that down to Voneth.
Okay. She'll...
I guess they weren't lying about the traps.
Is this a trap or is this just degradation over time? You would think whoever this was would have triggered at least this one.
I
One
feel
would
like
think.
it is a historical dick move.
As you guys are looking around, you see Dragonbait, and he's holding up a sign that says "trap."
Duvanith will reach the top of the pit.
Thank you, Dragonbite.
On both sides of the trap, like brushed up against the staccato, are like little lit that you guys could reasonably safely walk past.
Okay.
Do they have any like writing or markings on them that mark those lips, like that would have been distinct before it had collapsed, that made it seem like it was a like a trap that we could have checked for, perhaps?
Does this look natural or does it look like a trap?
Yeah, was this
Got
natural
it.
degradation or was this intentional? And if it was intentional, was there wording or some sort of iconography there for people who knew to have avoided it?
It was definitely intentional.
Okay.
And there doesn't seem to be any iconography or wording. But it was very clearly intentional, just by the way the lip is.
Okay. Cool.
Cole is going to say, should I go first?
I think whoever wants to look out for traps might be a good idea.
I feel like Miss Duonith has an eye for traps, and I'll do what I can with my staff.
Okay. Yeah, I could do that. Are we on the other side of the pit now? Shimmied across?
As you guys shimmy across, I will need everyone who shimmies to make me an acrobatics check to keep your back.
And doodly do.
11.
Rip Jet.
Acrobatics. 9. Hey. Let's check channel R only, y'all.
I need wait for that. So the doggo, you kind of struggle with the narrow footing, and you feel one of your claws slip off, and you go tumbling off of the edge as you take 2d6 damage.
Fuck. Oh boy.
Everyone else manages to get across. Koshant, you almost fall a few times, but always just manage to catch yourself.
So Soul is now in the pit. Ow. Okay. He'll like get back up.
Toss up that rope, Soul.
Yep. So we'll toss the rope up. Good luck, y'all. He's a hefty boy.
We all have to do like tug of war on the rope.
Duvanith will look at Dragonbait.
He'll kind of tiptoe. He'll manage to kind of shimmy across the ledge with surprising grace, shimmy over, shimmy past, and he'll take the rope, he'll wrap it around, take a stance, and he just pull Soul up in one go.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was gonna offer to assist, but
He'll clap Solidago on the like as he's getting up, he'll clap Solidago on the shoulders, and
How does
there's
he reach him?
just a well as he's getting up,
Oh yeah.
like
Okay.
from being prone.
I get you now. I understand now.
And
Oh, God.
there's the smell of tar in the air, and you guys emerge onto the second thing, and the staccato on this side has a crocodile carrying the man on his back across the river. And also I need everyone to make me a d20.
So as we're talking, as we come up to the top and we smell tar, Duvanith will suggest that we extinguish the torch.
Mm.
Jet has light.
Yes.
Fish and Jason, you both have inspiration.
Sweet.
Nice. Alright, so Jet, if you wouldn't mind casting it on something that I can hold, that'd be nice. So that way Fish doesn't have to worry about fixing the light again.
Okay, Jet will touch your weapon.
Lightsaber Makahito. And he'll put out the torch. And he'll definitely go like,
Okay. Is this how you got?
I was testing
Oh.
something.
Wait,
This is,
yeah,
who's
no,
gonna be in the front?
yeah. This is how you guys are positioned on the thing.
yeah, there we go.
Okay. And so yeah, on the
Thank you.
staccato is the crocodile carrying the man safely across the river, and as you guys are sort of glancing around the room, do you guys do anything in particular?
I think we should check for traps this time.
Probably a good idea.
Cole is
Cool.
gonna
Yeah,
gently
that'd be
poke the
amazing.
wall of the ledge.
Duaneth is going to check the walls.
Cool. Jovanith, make me an investigation check.
Investigation.
Yeah, that worked, Emily. She she saw your message, so she knew she wrote down inspiration. I appreciate it. Thank you again for the follow.
These are walls. As you're peering around the degradation, the disuse, and it seems that like people before have kind of jammed at the staccato with weapons or tools of some kind. So it's hard to get a read on.
Okay. So there seems like there's. Oh, were they trying to climb?
No, like trying to take it off.
Oh, okay. So just general
Assholes.
raider behavior.
Right, and I need everyone to make me a dexterity saving throw as blades come out of the wall.
Great.
Cool.
14.
Godspeed.
I'll go ahead and give you one of my inspirations.
Fish, did you notice something?
No,
Okay, good.
Koa shock roll like a 3.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm going to give one of my
just
inspirations.
checking.
Have one. Hey, do you have an inspiration?
Nice.
I
Okay.
do. I can use one of mine.
Okay.
1 second.
Also, what were the previous d20s for?
I don't know. I guess we'll find out. We'll never find out.
I'm getting monitors as I can. All of you take 6 slashing damage as all of you just
Yeah.
barely step out of the way of the scythes that scrape across the bottom of the floor.
Okay, we're missing something.
Can Jen...
Go ahead. Do they retract or are they just like hanging out?
They retract and click into place.
Okay. Yep, definitely missing something. Duaneth is going to go and see if there's anywhere where she can like disable the trap.
Sure. Now that the scythes have cleared across, you can see that where they had dug into is where they had also previously tried to disable the traps. So there's like just a barely perceptible of like niches where the scythes came out. So if you put something in there, you could pretty reasonably disable it.
Okay.
I wouldn't say we are missing something, but I think a lot of that has to do with the context. Mostly because the pit where the mural of the man who's begging to the crocodile coming out the river, that's where a pit is. The part where the crocodile is carrying the man across the river is where the spikes came out.
It's true. So it definitely has something to do with the.
Maybe it's connected to the depictions in some way.
I'm going to try to
Somehow.
jam the trap.
Okay.
Money!
I need you. How are you jamming it?
Can I see a mechanism or anything?
You can't.
I can't.
You can.
I can't.
Can't.
Okay.
Cannot.
Then
Sorry.
yeah, no. Then I am going to be trying to position myself in a place where I won't get slashed when these blades inevitably come back.
Alright, I assume you can reasonably do that. It's like only 2 of them, so...
Cole is going to say, somebody get on my shoulders.
What?
So that way we can help each other up to the ledge. He says it like it should have been an obvious thing.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Here. So we'll like put down his hands and like lace him up. I'll give some of him a boost.
Right. Cole is going to get a boost, and he's going to look at the ledge before doing anything. Does he see anything in particular?
Sorry, trying to make sure I give this right. This is... Ugh.
So it kind of looks like tiles from here.
I'm gonna... So what you see as you kind of peer over is the flooring, very reasonably clean, covered in like dust, but not the mud or leaves. The first part, and there appears to be like tiling in a pretty obvious like. It's not like the tiling from before. It's definitely set in a pattern of some kind.
Does he recognize any particular wear and tear on particular tiles or anything?
Not from where you're at. Likewise, the staccato on both of the walls that you can see, show man, again, positioned lower than the crocodile, sort of offering both of his hands out to the crocodile. One of them appears to be a fruit, the other a bag of coins, maybe, and the crocodile is in deep. And they're on the other side of the river.
Deep what?
Thought.
So... I have a feeling that these tiles are very specific. Maybe they're pressure related, but the mural on this side seems to be the man is offering the crocodile something in both hands, fruit, coins, and the crocodile seems to be considering something.
Maybe as a reward for helping him cross the river. Do the tiles seem to have anything written on them, or is it just plain tile?
It's just plain tile.
Okay.
Question: in this particular relief, the ferrying across the river has already occurred, correct? And-
Yeah.
Okay.
I can hop down on the other side and see what happened.
We should check for some more traps first, but this one seems pretty obvious. Is there any sort of like ledge, sort of like how the pit had like a way to sort of like go around it?
Very barely. It would be pretty tough to walk around tiles, but you reasonably could.
Do you feel comfortable doing that?
Cole's main goal is to blow up and act like he don't know nobody. He's gonna stand on his tiptoes. He's gonna stand on his tiptoes on the ledge, not making any move right now. Basically, like back against the wall.
There is no wall.
Or the ledge. Or wait, no, the tiles are at the very top of the ledge.
Wait.
I hate this perspective. This sucks. Butt.
Yeah, me too.
We're back.
Yeah, so we're at the bottom of the ledge, and then the things are like right above us.
The tiles are at the top. Yeah.
Yeah, so like Soul has to stand on his tiptoes so like you can see. Sorry.
Soul, you have one of
Yes,
those.
Duval.
You have one of those nuts you took off the tree, correct?
So pulls it out of his thing, gives it a
Oh no!
Alright.
She'll,
Lights
she'll
up.
sort of
Yes, I have one.
take a handkerchief and put it over it. Okay.
Soul
And then-
pulls up his glowing Makahito.
Uh, and then she'll take out her coin purse and she'll say, "You said that there was a ledge that somebody could potentially get across if they were reasonably
If they're
fleet
small enough, yeah.
of foot. I'm thinking I go up, make that trek, and then once I'm on the other side, place the fruit and the money down onto the pad, and that should disable."
The Wuka nuts aren't edible. You're better giving an actual ration.
Okay. Do you want me to try it?
I mean, it's worth a shot.
Okay, great. She'll.
Yeah. So we'll give her a boost.
Okay, once I'm up there, does it look like I can reasonably skirt that edge like I've suggested?
With you and your grace, you definitely have a better bet than Koashak Solid.
Okay.
Until this in the way.
Duvaneth will look down at Soul and say, move your hands out that way.
So we'll move in the way that Duvaneth directs, even though Jason is muted. Go
I'm not muted.
ahead and oh, nope, there you go.
Oh,
back.
no, sorry. So Duvaneth will say, scoot your hands out a little further back, and when I say go, just launch me. And
Well,
uh,
okay, I see how this goes.
yeah, and
Soul looks excited now.
yes,
I'm tossing you, huh?
yes, and she's going to like put her hand against the wall and like line herself up the best she can, and then say, "All right, go," and we'll.
And so will.
I need an athletics and an acrobatic.
All right.
Oakley.
Oh, okay. Hell yeah. Check out that shit. I can toss an elf like it's nothing.
And you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and take that inspiration that I got, and as with the motion from off the wall, I'm going to just go ahead and like use my like push off from the wall to make sure that I clear it.
Hell yeah.
Good enough.
Thanks.
Given that you had advantage from the nat 20, that is a 26 acrobatic.
All right.
So the doggo, prime, feet, you. I mean, just absolutely volley at Duvaneth, and she soars past the trap.
She doesn't even does like a flip.
Do you do?
No, she her whole plan was to go up against the wall and then launch herself off of it. Wall run.
Oh, she just gets
That
yeeted
works.
this time.
That's fine. That works too.
So it's somewhere in the middle.
It's really cool.
Oh.
Yes.
She does a back handspring off the ledge.
Hell
Great.
yeah.
And you sort of like soar over, just kind of barely catching yourself on the other ledge. So about right here.
Okay. She's gonna put herself up against the wall and just wait for half a second.
Soul's looking like looking around for high fives, even though no one can reach his hands when he's up here.
Cole reaches down from the from where he's like standing very carefully on the ledge and gives him a little.
Thank you.
Nothing.
So
She'll take out I don't even know how much money I have because we're in the jungle and it doesn't fucking matter. Give me a second.
From where you are on the ledge, the other side, you see a door. It's very tall, about like the height of the ceiling, which is now 9 feet. And it's wooden, showing the man carrying the crocodile in the same mirrored pose as the statue itself.
Okay. Duaneth will go ahead and take a ration out of her pack and take that handkerchief that she covered the Wuka nut with, and we'll go ahead and drop like 3 gold pieces into it and just sort of tie it off into like a little beanie bag, and then she'll just drop them on the pad that she jumped over.
Cool. So as you do that, light sort of like filters in from the tile, cutting itself in a kind of distorted pattern, and you all hear a clicking, and the tiles embed themselves into the ground, and the door like click, and it makes that sort of universal unlock.
All right. Duvanet's going to put herself in a corner because the door has opened, and she'll say, "The plate's down. I think the plate's down.
All right. Who's
Tap
up
it.
next?
Tap it first when you get up here, just to be sure."
So I'm down a Wukanut, I guess.
Oh no, I used a ration.
Okay, you said Wukanut. You're okay.
Oh no, the handkerchief is how I took off the Wuka nut was how I threw the gold pieces.
I get you now.
Yep, sorry.
No, you're fine.
I need to update my TOA resources with a lost ration.
So we'll lace fingers. All right, who's up next?
Cole will allow himself to be yeeted.
Yeet. Cole will be lifted up to the next layer.
The heavy side layer.
The heavy side layer, correct.
Alright, and before we get into the bulk of this, everyone pretty safely crosses it. The tiles don't set off anything. And we're going to take a 5-minute break.
Sit.
Alright, we'll be right back, guys. More things she's trying to kill us with. Promise.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
I mean, look at all those.
Thanks, Emily.
Thank you, Emily.
hello.
Thank you, E-Boy Jason.
You're welcome.
You know, like, yeah.
I feel dirty. I know what that is.
All of us feel dirty that we know what it is.
Fair.
So,
What is
the
it?
Nothing,
You don't,
Mark.
You don't need to know.
It's okay, Mark.
It's like the game. You don't want to know.
I know, Jesus.
I'm gonna kill all
Fish
of
is
you.
speaking.
Yes. Let's
Y'all. Seriously, I will rock swallow you guys.
Please. I
So
like
the
this character.
floor of this dusty, 40-foot high, 20-foot wide chamber is littered with dinosaur bones. Webs stretch
dinosaur
from the walls to a 30-foot tall central pillar.
Mm.
Coiled around is a narrow stone staircase, its steps also covered in dust. Carved into the pillar, not against the walls, are reliefs of the man carrying the crocodile against scenes, sort of like a travel montage where the background is a different location. And I mean, it shows everywhere. Some of you even recognizing historic monuments from the Moonsea region, stuff like that, like very historic old places. And at the very, very top of this pillar is a glass jug.
So, first question
Cool.
about the bones.
Cool.
So, you said that
Bone.
they were obviously dinosaur bones.
Yes.
Does it look like they are placed in any fashion? Or does it seem like they just are sort of randomly scattered, almost as if the creatures perished in this room and then slowly decayed over time?
So some of the bones positioned closer to the pillar seem ritualistically placed, mostly like smaller dinosaurs, but the bones kind of scattered everywhere else appear to have just naturally gone in, got stuck, and decayed.
Okay. I'm going to look for a mechanism on the door.
Okay, the door you just passed by?
Yes, I'm checking specifically to see if it's trapped to close. So, like, if we were to do something incorrect in this room, if it would snap shut.
Okay, sure. Give me an investigation check.
Sure thing.
No, it doesn't look like there's a mechanism. You do detect, as you check the back side of the door, kind of familiar arcane etchings, but there doesn't appear to be any mechanism for like closing shut manually, if I'm making sense.
Okay, all right. Duvaneth will tap Jet and say, Jet, can you take a look at these arcane etchings and tell me what they mean?
I can certainly try.
They're sort of through this crack.
Oh god, this. Sorry, you're going blind. And Jet's gonna cast light on his hand so he can try to get the light to cast on the ruins as he looks at it and tries to decipher.
Cool.
damn.
Arcana check as you're glancing around.
Yeah, buddy.
So the arcane runings are definitely like written very unfamiliar. It's fluid and almost like sound waves, which is something you'll be able to identify in like 20, 40 years. However, you can recognize that it appears to be a glyph of warding. You guys just managed to not set it off.
Oh, this is a good one.
What do you mean by that, Jet?
If we somehow do the right thing to set this off, this could either make a really painful thing occur, or there's a spell stored inside that makes shit go crazy, and I don't know what the spell is.
Can you tell if it's tied to this room, and she'll point at the room with the bones, or this room, the room with the plate that just got disabled?
It's tied to the door.
I was gonna say it's tied to the door, so something on that portion of the door, either we touch it or something touches it, and it goes.
Okay. And the reason why I'm checking all this, and to clarify, Fish, is there's no other doors or entrances in this chamber, correct? That we can see.
Yeah, not as far as you can see.
It's one way in, one way out.
I'm just worried about getting Cave of Wonders, guys. That's it.
That would suck.
If you feel uncomfortable about this, I could dispel it.
Well, I mean, you only have so many resources. If you think it's a good idea, I just
Go ahead, Fish.
Sure. Dragonbait is sort of like waving his hand.
Yes, Dragonbait.
He's going to walk up. He's going to swing around, pull his bag to the front, rummage, pull out a climbing pit. He's like holding it up to the group. And he'll get down to he'll like brace it against the door, kind of hammer it in with the butt of his sword, and then like gesture. He's smithing the now blocked door.
So
does it look secure?
Reasonably. He'll also just stand in front of it and kind of like this.
Thank you, Dragonbait. I really appreciate it.
He smells like lemons.
Oh,
Lemons. Is that like a happy thing? Okay.
All right. Well, now that that's handled, we should.
Okay.
Were we still looking at the iconography?
it was like an around the world in 80 days on a man's back.
Man begging to an alligator. Alligator carries man across the river. Man offers fruits and coin to the alligator, but man carries crocodile across the world.
We're back.
You're muted, Jason.
No, I'm not. I just was like, ah. Man carries crocodile around.
Up the spiral
Oh.
staircase.
Yes. I assume.
So we'll sigh. Say, alright. Who am I carrying? Unless I'm reptilian enough to be the one carried.
I don't know if that's how it works.
I'm not sure how this
Because
works.
on the last one, I was the man, and there was no crocodile.
I was the crocodile. I threw you across the room. I helped you.
Is the temple able to
That's true.
tell who helped who? Will we have to carry Saul up the stairs?
I don't know. It's so cursed. So cursed.
Well, if we're going to hit traps, we're going to hit traps. So I can just carry someone, see if that helps affect traps.
Well, it's going to be. I think it should be me this time.
Alright. Do you have a preference on side saddle, piggyback, princess, fireman?
No, never princess style. Just shoulders.
Alright. So we'll kneel down and we'll
Cole will get up
Allow-
on shoulders.
So we'll stand up. Now having a Koashok on his shoulders.
Cole,
Yes.
before you guys go, can I borrow that quarterstaff?
Yes, use it carefully. He hands it down.
Okay.
It's a very beautiful dark wood staff. It's been very carefully made. It's extremely well crafted.
Cool. I will stand at the precipice of the door.
So we'll duck a little bit and walk in.
You guys walk up the stairs, starting the treacherous journey that man and crocodile once went on.
Okay.
You guys do it pretty well. So the doggo manages to keep his footing, Kawashak his balance, and the two of you climb the...
Lots of feet.
It's... Oh yeah, okay, yeah, it's super high up. 30 feet tall, central pillar, ending near the top, where this gorgeous glass jar is. And it's a plain, like, transparent, like, almost quartz. It's just very pretty.
Cole, upon seeing this, looks at the group and says, is there anything we could replace this with?
Does it look like there's a pressure plate there, or is it just like a...
I like to err on the side of caution.
No, it's pretty flat. There just seem to be indentations under the jar, but nothing like pressure platey.
I think we should be okay, Mr. Kawashak.
Okay. Cole is gonna say a soft prayer in Druidic and carefully take the pitcher.
Alright, as you lift the pitcher, underneath where the pitcher had been placed, shows a kind of relief etched into it, showing a man or a woman in some type of robe tipping the jar and water spilling down steps.
Cole relays this to Soul. Should I pour something in the indentation?
I guess it wouldn't hurt.
He's gonna pour.
There's nothing inside the jar.
Oh, there's nothing inside the jar?
It is empty.
It's empty.
And
Oh.
I guess whatever was in it dried up. So much for
He's
endless
supposed to
water
be
supply.
a feature of endless water. How could he just dry up?
Duboneth will step a couple steps into the room. Do you have any water in a water skin?
Oh, yes, I do.
Oh.
I have some water skins. Here, there's one on my side right here. If you could just grab it.
I have one in my bag as well. He takes one out and he pours it into the indentation.
You poured into the indentation?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, some water sort of like sloshes out, but it doesn't really go anywhere.
You want to try to pour? Don't pour any down. There isn't like a guardrail, so I wouldn't suggest pouring it down the steps. But
Yeah, Cole pours some into the pitcher.
Cool. As you do that, how much do you add?
So he poured half into the indentation, and then he pours the other half into the pitcher.
Okay, cool. As you pour that amount of water into the pitcher, it kind of briefly glows for a second, and you see runic writing sort of appear around the lip of it.
Hold on, I'm writing like a madman.
well, that's interesting. Not that I can see. Like Soul's like looking up.
It's dark in here.
Well, like also like Cole's on his shoulders, so like he can just like barely see
Oh,
what Cole's like doing.
it
Like, Cole's,
glow?
like, holding it down for him.
I think I need to fill this pitcher completely.
Well, I have another water skin. He'll like sort of like
Yep.
hold
Make
on
sure to
to.
mark down your water skins.
Yes, I am.
I am.
All right. So,
Water skin down.
oh yeah, let me grab the G sheet.
I mean, if worse comes to worse, we can camp here, which I think we were planning on doing anyways.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah, it's kind of like it's already dark outside, right?
Yeah.
So, and
So-
Stay
then
dark while we do this.
Yeah, and we can like
Um,
collect water and boil water and whatever else.
Yeah, exactly. We'll be fine.
Cole pours the rest into the pitcher.
Okay, you do that. The glowing has faded, but the writing is still there around the lip of the pitcher.
Any
I
other
guess-
recommendations? Should I pour from the pitcher again?
I think. I don't know. I don't know anything about magic. Which kills me to say, as Echo.
Cole shrugs and then shouts at Jet. Jet!
Yes.
So I poured some water into the pitcher. It glowed. Should I pour it into this indentation where the lady is pouring water into? And
So
go downstairs?
The water in the jar is glowing?
No, the jar is glowing.
The jar is glowing, but it has water in it.
Yes.
Take the water from the jar and pour it like the woman is.
Cole nods and does so.
Okay, as you do that, you sort of like tip over the pitcher, and the indentation will swell with water and start to spill over.
Someone's breathing into their mic.
Do you tip the pitcher back before it starts to spill over the steps?
Yes, he tilts it back and then says, so we should get down the stairs.
So we'll up down the stairs. Except not nearly as fast. More like up. 'Cause he has, a guy on his shoulder.
When you tip the pitcher back, it stops swelling. Some drips fall onto the stairs, but it doesn't keep going.
Is the pitcher also half empty again?
No, it's still full.
Actually, Kawashok,
Yes.
it's not that big a fall.
Are you recommended we go on a water slide?
I mean, it was a unending spring, right?
Yes.
It's worth a shot, and the imagery is of water flowing down the steps, right?
Yes, I suppose it is.
I mean, I don't think it would hurt too bad. Well, too bad. It wouldn't hurt too bad.
Cole rolls his eyes and pours.
Giovanna has her head in her hands.
Dragobate seems so happy.
It's just so much lemon zest in the
Yeah,
air.
I was about to say, Giovanna's like, why does it smell like a lemonade stand over here?
So as
I
you
also like the huff.
you keep, so you guys climb up to the top and you pour the water.
Yes.
Cool. So you guys pour the water and keep pouring the water, and 1 gallon, 2 gallons, 3 gallons, the water doesn't give, and it'll spill over the top of the pillar, swell, slip down the stairs, and some of it will kind of divot off and start to curtain off of the pillar, forming almost a waterfall type effect.
Ooh.
And like the water gathers at the bottom, but it starts to trickle through the tiling, swimming past Giovanna's feet. And I need one of you guys to roll me a d4
I got it.
as images almost start to appear in the water.
Ooh.
A 3.
Cool. So the reflection off of the scant light that all of your guys' various whatevers are giving off kind of gathers itself, and the colors reveal in its wavy effect a young, very softly handsome man of not quite Chultan descent, a little bit lighter skinned, again, a very soft face, dimples so deep that even as he's just casually doing things, it's still there. And he's got like shock black, curly ringlet hair, and he's wearing plain white vestments, decorated in intricate maze-like designs, and he seems to be situated on a desk, tying on a pair of very gorgeous, almost gold-painted bracers, and he's very strongly built, stacked. And you all just kind of keep watching him do this, just casually getting ready in front of a desk. He'll pick up an earring, a triangle of some kind, much like the Rosny triangle, except inverted, and he'll slip it onto one of his ears, kind of pop his neck, put on a high gold necklace, just going through the motions of this. And the vision will continue until something grabs his attention off scene, and you'll see concern wave over his face, and he'll leap up from the desk and slip out of view. The water ripples. Vision fades.
Is that Rosny?
This place is cursed. We need to go.
Yep.
Also, this temple was Omuan? Omuan. She'll look at Cole.
Omuan, yeah.
Yes, it is Elmoon, yes.
Great.
Don't know that.
I'm just picturing, like, Solo's walking down and he's walking through, like, the water on the ground. It's like, push, 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 push.
A little bit, yeah. Like, he still has Cole up in those shoulders because he hasn't done yet.
You can put me down.
Oh, I'm kind of comfortable.
Okay. Now, do you think we do everything in reverse to get out?
I feel like we'll be fine. All the traps are kind of set off. Except for the spike one. I think we have to be careful with the spike one.
Actually, going up the stairs with Koshak on my shoulders didn't work. Shouldn't it work to get out as well?
Well, yeah, you didn't walk down the stairs backwards, right?
No. That would have been very hard for me to do.
So Duvaneth will take the quarterstaff, Cole's quarterstaff that she's still holding, and just sort of like reach the 7 feet down and like tap on the pressure plate. See if it
nothing
moves.
Seems to happen. Water is still kind of swimming past your feet.
I think we're good. I might have to leave that ration behind, but I think we're okay.
Well, it's also a little bit soggy now.
No, that's true. Ugh.
Yeah. Hardtack does not go well there. Though that being said, I imagine it's still hardtack. Because it's, hardtack.
Duvaneth will extend Cole's quarterstaff back to him.
Cole happily takes his quarterstaff back.
Yeah.
And he looks at the water for a moment before just like, you can seriously put me down.
Ugh, fine. So, well, like, grab him by the waist and like, woof, woof. Sorry. Hit my mic.
Duvaneth
Thank
will
you.
slip down to the next platform and go ahead and test it with her foot to double check.
Seems good.
Cool.
Do we see that yet?
Yeah, as you guys are kind of walking down the ledges and stuff like that, you can
Jesus Christ!
just catch the glimpse of like green ears, and then you walk down another ledge, and there's a goblin there, wearing
And
like
another
a boar
goblin.
skull, kind of like patiently waiting. And Dragonborn, Dragonbait is going to tap Koashak and hold up a sign.
What does it say?
Goblins.
Everyone is goblins.
Does anybody
Alright.
speak Goblin?
Nope. But
Nope.
I do, kind of. So we'll take out his Makahito,
Great.
sort of like rest the flat end on his shoulder and sort of
I mean, you do have to
Dagger
feed that
out.
thing.
I do have to feed that thing. he even does like the glasses like thing, except he doesn't have glasses.
All according to Kaikaku.
Fuck you. So we'll step out.
Yeah,
Is it-
now listen, buddy. Yeah. 2 things. Did you find anything in there?
Nope, nothing.
Some dinosaur bones.
There were a lot of bones.
So the dog will make me a deception check with advantage.
You
Look
can make
back.
me use my red card, but that'd be mean.
They didn't find anything.
But that's what red cards are for.
Are you sure? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I don't. Why would they lie to us about not finding anything?
Who would go on the internet and lie like that?
All right. Oh man, that. Sorry about your boat, and they just leave. They just gone.
So takes off his Makahito. Wait, what about our boat?
Shit! Dubanith will run, and I mean,
Yeah,
Run.
So jumps over the ledge and he's going.
yeah.
He's looking. Where's our boat?
About 50 feet downstream, with a crowd of goblins on it. All with their little fingers. The
Come on.
rowboats that had been attached to the docks are also floating after them, attached by ropes. Several of them are going like this.
Yes. So you say 50 feet.
Yes, I said 50 feet. And they're moving very fast.
Oh, moving very
I'm
fast. I will utilize my movement.
Jet would like to cast Magic Missile, which is 120.
Okay.
That's
I
what stands there.
Bishop's so
Honestly,
smart.
You know what? I think an easy way to get them back would just be to tell them the truth.
We didn't find anything.
They are steadily slipping away.
By the way, we found a thing that produces water. I forgot about it earlier. Do you want it?
we got a jar of water.
We got a jar of water.
They're slipping away. It doesn't seem that they heard you. They're
Um,
Just
what are you
say it
trying to
louder.
okay.
With feeling.
One. Jason.
I'm going to get as close as I can, and I mean, movement, cunning action dash, or actually no, I will go movement, action surge, movement. I will utilize my cunning fighting on who's ever steering the boat. I will roll a insight against his deception to see if I can give myself sneak.
Okay.
Oh,
that is
rip.
Oh,
going to be difficult terrain because you're skirting along the edges of the river.
Okay. So that is 35 feet of movement, so I get a little bit closer.
Okay. So you're
I'm trying to get a good feel on where I can hit this guy. I rolled an 8, so I don't think I'm going to be able to.
well, you get it's a plus. Like you can't roll below an 8 though. Like on the die, right?
It's only when I'm trying. No, so it's only I don't have that, and I do have a thing where I can tell when someone is lying, but this isn't really lying. So.
Oh, it doesn't apply here. Okay.
So I will shoot the guy on the keel with a arrow.
cool. Go for it.
Come on.
Godspeed, Godspeed, Godspeed.
Sorry, I'm not trying to build tension.
No, that's fine. The tension is good. I like it.
Motherfuckers.
Okay. I can't wait for another monitor. The arrow glances off of his armor.
Duvaneth will call back and say, Jet, the guy steering the boat!
How far away is the boats that are trailing? Is the canoes that are trailing?
They're rowboats, and they're about like 5 feet behind, trailing along side by side, so 45 feet away.
45 feet away? Jet's gonna cast Levitate on the canoe to stop it, so it floats. So it essentially just floats in space. Because I can control it.
1 second, how much does a rowboat weigh?
And how much do goblins weigh?
Like 20 pounds.
Hopefully less than 500 pounds.
Yeah, but I
Okay,
just need control of it for a second.
I'm gonna go with 200 pounds for a rowboat. How much does a goblin weigh? There's about like 2 goblins. Okay, so go with the heavier end because you're wearing armor. One
I
second.
hope you can do this.
This is funny. I love you guys.
This is hilarious. I'm loving this. Sorry about your boat. Wait, what about the boat?
That beat was so good.
Oh my god. You know what I just realized about levitate?
What?
What?
What if I shoot the bottom of the boat and tip them into the river?
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Okay, it's not telling me how many fit on a rowboat.
Well, it only fit like 4 of us, so.
Well, that's a canoe.
But then they
Oh,
take
they're
our
on a
canoe?
rowboat.
Oh, okay.
They took a canoe and then a rowboat. Yeah, 2 rowboats.
But you were
Yeah,
targeting
they
the
took, they
canoe,
took all
right?
the boats. But you're
Were
targeting
there's
the
an
canoe.
empty one? Were there empty ones or were they all in it?
They
They're
took
all
all-
in it. They're pretty like packed
Oh,
on the
Then
boats.
yeah, I was gonna grab the one that would make sense for the weight restriction.
Well,
I want
Yeah,
the... What?
We need a decent boat.
Yes, I know,
Yeah,
but
like-
it's either the rowboat or our canoe, and I'm
Okay.
taking the...
if they're in the rowboat, then if you levitate canoe, the canoe's just gonna drag along behind them and we still lose the canoe.
Well, yeah, that's the question. So were they... They're in the rowboats dragging the canoe, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But I think like
Thought it was
the
the other
thing
one.
you're trying to go for, like I think like if you're trying to save a boat, I can't give too much advice, but like
No, so they're in the canoe, and then behind them are the rowboats.
Okay, then yes, target the canoe.
Okay. Well, I was gonna target a rowboat so that way it levitated, and then you could shoot it so we still have one rowboat. That's what I was
The
trying to do.
canoe will just keep dragging it while it's
Okay,
floats.
well, I mean,
Yeah, there's a rope
you
there.
already decided to do the rowboat, though.
Yeah, I was going for an empty one so that way Duvaneth could shoot at it and it comes back to us. That's what I was trying to do.
oh, like shoot at the rope.
Yes, I was
Oh.
trying. Yeah, I was trying to make a rowboat available so Duvaneth could shoot the rope, and then all of them would go, and I can control that rowboat.
I understand that.
Okay, just 1 second.
You're good.
So the magic sort of like swells, the wind uplifting, and one of the rowboats trailing behind the canoe and all of its goblin passengers sort of start to jostle as it shucks up from the water, tripping all that stuff, and it just kind of levitates into the air, and they are freaking out.
Duvaneth, shoot that rope. Duvaneth, shoot the rope.
Okay. I will attempt to shoot the rope.
Cool. This is cool. Stats of rope.
I rolled a 22 if it helps you decide quickly.
You hit.
With Max.
And I did 11 points of piercing damage.
Yep, and the rope tears and it separates from the canoe.
I will Do I have to wait for Jet to do something before I go again?
Yes, and
Okay.
I'm going to. Nah, we don't need initiative for this.
Thank you,
Yeah.
blessed fish.
Now that
Alright, Jet.
now that the canoe has no more forward motion because not the rowboat, because it's not being pulled, Jet's going to use his part of your weight. Oh, as part of your move. Oh, that's interesting. So as part of my move, I'm gonna make it go 20 feet back towards us with the two goblins inside.
Okay, cool. You do that.
I'm gonna
One of
take
them
out
just jumps out.
Ooh.
It just-
Ooh, into the Quipperfell's water.
Yeah. You see it bob and then disappear.
Red just
Damn.
bloop. Oh. So remains suspended, levitating. Would I understand if I can cause it to move side to side with force?
I think reasonably, yeah.
Okay. I will take out another arrow.
Actually, Devoneth, it might be helpful to have one of them still around.
Fine. Bonus action. I'll look at one of them panicking, utilize insightful fighting, and fire an arrow at it.
Alright.
Oh wait, how many are left?
1.
Oh, then. Sorry, I thought there was like 4. We're good. Then I will just hold off. I'm good.
You're never gonna take me alive. I won't talk.
Come here.
Yeah, no,
What?
no.
It starts like batting it away. Like-
Solo grapple it.
Okay, go for
We
it.
serve the great order.
Wrong. 19.
Yeah, you grapple it.
I will
You
assist.
have, like, under his arm.
Like a football.
I'll assist who's ever getting the boat to a safe place.
Cole is gonna
I can levitate it for like 10 minutes.
ride across and try and get the boat to a closer area.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you guys managed to pull the rowboat close.
So-
let me know when you want me to drop it.
Oh no.
That's it.
Yeah, I'll leave that to you all. I'm going to go talk to our friend a little bit. And he'll go and like.
He's gonna play good cop, bad cop with the
By
goblin.
himself.
He's just going to bring the goblin over and just like sort of like lower him into the pit where he can't get out.
Alright,
Over here.
you lower him into the pit.
There isn't like it's smooth, right? Like there's not like a good way to climb out.
No, it would take a little bit of work.
So goblin in a pit.
Damn.
Cool. The goblin's gonna just kind of start pacing furiously.
Mhm. So, what's your name?
What's it to ya?
Well, what's it to you? I must inform you. that
Nothing much. What's it to ya to you?
I can just leave.
Okay.
All right.
I've got poison in my bag, so I'm just kind of waiting to drink it dramatically.
Well, I mean, have fun with that, but
Thanks, I will. I mean, I'm
Chug chug.
have fun.
okay. He'll reach into his pocket. He doesn't have a bag. Pull out a vial of dark liquid. Kind of like look at them, uncork it. Still looking.
You're muted, Jason.
I said, Giovanna shoots it out of his hand.
Roll for it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it shatters the glass and it like spills all over his hand, and he'll look at Duvaneth and just start like licking his
Looking at
hand.
his hand.
he's like he's going for it.
And she's just gonna say, "You're pathetic."
We can always get Jet to revive him. It's fine.
Yeah. Eventually, the poison will dry out.
Yeah, eventually.
Cole will walk over to the pit and he'll that's Cole does not.
It's a kind of moment.
He's gonna
So, go ahead.
politely speak to the goblin and ask, "So, who sent you?"
Queen Grabstab.
He grabs them.
And is this a place that she's been trying to get to for a while?
I mean, yeah.
How did you know that we were in the temple?
He'll point to where the canoe was held.
So have you visited here every day? Is it 90% goblin bones inside there?
We were in the trees.
Oh,
you're
so you're
watching us.
watching us.
They're not tall enough to, make the jump.
That's incredibly hurtful.
I can't.
Oh,
believe we
so
have
it's
to watch-
working. Great.
And
Have to
you
watch
call me
goblins.
Racist. Okay.
I can't
Yeah,
believe we
I-
have to watch goblins experience.
I'm surprised you couldn't hear us with how long your ears are.
That's fair. I'll take that.
But anyways, could you tell us where we could find this Queen Grabstab?
Yeah,
And our
in our
boats just safely.
house.
Where's her house?
I don't know.
Do you guys
Where'd
just
you come
take
from?
telepathic missions?
Home, technically,
Alright, where's that?
in the jungle.
What location? in
I'm
the
not.
jungle?
I'm not digging you around on that. I don't know where we are.
What does it look like? Is it underground in the trees as well?
Yeah, it's above ground. It's attached to a tree.
Oh, nice. Nice design choice.
Thank you. Started getting into the whole tree thing.
Yeah, I feel like because there's so many big trees in the jungle, it just works, you know?
Yeah. Queen Grabstab is really into the whole aesthetic movement. We're moving away from trash and, trying to clean ourselves up.
That's
I,
nice.
I get
Wow,
it
that's really
so much.
respectable.
Thank you.
Yeah,
you.
I mean-
that's we're all being
You know,
taught
living.
common as a public service. yeah.
Green living. Good for you.
Yeah.
All right. So how much is this dude jerking us around?
Roll me an insight check.
Can't roll below X on an insight check, Devon.
14.
Hell yeah.
Hey.
Hey.
I mean, he is jerking you around, but he is like a little bit kind of.
Telling you the truth.
He
Yeah,
is
he-
being a jerk. He is.
He's telling the truth, but in a way that he's trying to butter us up. Is that
Yeah.
kind of the vibe? Okay. Dubanith will look at Cole and sort of pop an eyebrow and be like,
Cole shrugs as if to say, "It's a goblin."
and Dubanith will lean over the pit and say, "So what's your name, adventurer?"
He'll study Divanith for a second, then kind of shuffle forward.
Yoka. Yokka.
Thank you for the spelling. That's very helpful.
Yeah. Do
You know, for
do you need
being
to go
someone
anywhere?
who has literally licked poison off their fingers, you're being very amicable. I commend you on that. Thank you for helping them.
Yeah. What do you mean, my adventurer?
Well, someone who seems to survive and thrive in the wilderness. You're coming to great hidden temples. It's exactly what we've been doing. Just
And we are adventurers.
fairly assumed that you were an adventurer yourself.
So where do you want to go? Anywhere I can show you? Adventurers?
Well, I mean, I'd like to get our boats back.
Yeah, that's probably not happening.
We only had
Uh,
one.
Ask for things in the realm of capability. We're gonna be on our way back to Camp Vengeance.
Okay.
When I say that, does he seem surprised, interested, perhaps?
Just-
Dreading.
Kind of like, okay, yeah, it's a location. Like he's aware of it, but
Okay.
it doesn't seem to bother him in any way.
So the main thing is it seems like he already knows where it is.
Yeah.
Okay. And then after that, probably just back to Port Nyanzaru.
At that, he does perk up. His ears kind of rotate a little bit, and he
Have you?
Nyanzaru.
Yeah. Have you ever been?
No, Queen Grabstab has though.
Oh, really?
Really?
I know that many of the merchant princes entertain some of the tribal leaders of the jungle. We saw Plugak the Conqueror at a local wedding before we sallied out into the jungle.
Wedding?
Oh, yeah.
A union of two souls.
It was very beautiful. I cried. It was really good.
When two people like each other very much and want to spend the rest of their lives together.
Mhm.
Goblins have
romance.
a polygamous, romance anarchist culture.
Good for you.
Somewhere at Dr. Clock's. Hell yeah!
Even Dr. Klaus can get fucked there.
Right.
All right. Did you want to see Port Nyanzaru?
Yeah.
I personally don't know how much longer he has. It
Oh,
wasn't a
but-
lot of poison he ingested,
Oh,
but
true.
I don't know.
No, that
You
wasn't
did-
poison.
Oh yeah. Oh man, and we were just making friends.
No.
Yeah.
No. It wasn't. It was a poison. It was just grape juice. I can come along. I can come along.
I can be useful.
Well, I mean, if we're going to go along, going to a way to get there, we only have the one canoe.
For a boat.
Rowboat, you know what I mean.
Well, but I mean, they probably already knocked a hole in it.
Mhm.
That's fair.
So we would need to get our canoe back if we were going to go to Port Nyanzaru. If not, it's just, kind of a waste.
Mhm.
But she sort of knew where they were going. You could show us in the right direction.
Yeah, but then you'll go in there and kill everyone I know and love.
Honestly, we just want the boat back.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but I can't exactly trust you. This is a...
It is a hostage
Yoka.
situation. It is a hostage situation.
Yeah.
I am harmed. We've kept you alive this long.
Put me in a pit.
And have we left you to die?
I was thinking really hard about killing you for half a second there, and then I didn't.
I told her not to.
It's true.
That's fair. Yeah, I don't know where we keep the canoes, but I can we go deep into the undead territory. I can tell you that much.
Great.
We're pretty close to the grung.
Even-
Sort of,
even
like,
better.
lean back away from where Yoka can hear them, and he'll say like, "How many do you think we can fit in rowboats, whatever?"
Cole is leaning over the pit and he says, "Do you guys talk to the Grung at all?"
They're not very talkative. Well, they are very talkative. They kind of do all the. They're really narcissistic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, so it's not just a Herman thing.
Did they happen to so you guys have communication with them?
Yeah.
Did they happen to mention a group in the woods that they met at all?
Be more specific. We get a lot of groups. We kill most of them.
Like
Did
shot
they-
lightning from lightning was
Stormcaller?
involved.
Oh, yeah, the Stormcaller. I mean,
Hi,
we've been
that's me.
positioned here for like the past 3 weeks, but some grung came by and they just talked about how some like, and then they were, and then,
Oh, would you like to meet him?
no, it's fucking scary. And also, he's 10 feet tall, and apparently he's accompanied by a dinosaur, some type of like avatar of a tail, and like it was fucked up, man.
Well, I'm afraid you're going to have to leave then, Koasha.
Oh,
What?
Oh, did we not mention? Sorry. So this is the Stormcaller right here. And then I
I'm
guess
so
one of the
honored to meet you in
dinosaurs.
person.
pleasure to meet you.
He's gonna approach the like ledge and hold up his hand, like frantically, like waving, like.
Cole carefully reaches down and
This is the
shakes
only
his
way to
hand.
He just like
I can only reach and dab for him.
he like slaps, and then he retracts his hand, and he's like.
Does that make me the
You're the dinosaur.
dinosaur that is an avatar of a tail? No.
Duvaneth will lean in. I'm assuming I wasn't mentioned because I wasn't seen.
You did hide almost the entire battle. I'll give you that.
Yeah, like
So do
they
you
found.
think-
Go on.
No, go ahead.
Oh no, you go first. It was just rude of me to interrupt.
Oh, you're fine. But do you think that they would return the canoe to, say, the Stormcaller?
No, probably not. Like I said, they probably knocked a hole in it.
I mean, he does have a point. If they put a hole in the ship, what use is it going to be to us?
Yeah, looking back at the rowboat, like, can it hold all of us? Like, will we be fine?
It fits 3 people.
Yes. Duvaneth will look at Cole and Jet and say, do either of you have a way to make yourself smaller?
Let me check my.
Also, Jet, you can contact Eku, right?
Yes, I can.
Do you think he'll like turn to the group? Do you think there's anything that she could do that could aid in this?
I don't believe she has teleportation capability.
She mentioned that she had enough like power to like get to where she needs to go fast.
I think she means she can run really fast if she needs to.
I kind of read it as a teleport, but I'm not the magic person.
I read it as running as well. Duvaneth will look at Dragonbait and say, have you traveled from here to Camp Vengeance on foot? Even just to get here, you might know the way back. You flew.
You flew. On what, per se? Mhm. Okay.
Surfed? You
On a-
surfed.
No, like, were you on like a big like flappy thing? Oh, what's the axe beak wasn't yours? You mentioned. Where is the axe beak? No.
You
Like,
kind of set it free.
that- Yes, I know, but it's friendly and nice. I want to give it another pat.
Yeah, it's gone.
You watched it
Um,
run away.
I didn't watch it run away. Like he walked away from it. It was there. Okay. It was, if it had stayed behind, so would have kept it for less.
How are we gonna take a axe beak through the jungle, homie?
It's an axe beak.
The axe beak's taking itself through the jungle.
Exactly.
And probably live longer than you.
Exactly. But
Yoka,
Yeah,
do you know if
I'm in love with you. Keep going.
Thank you so much. Do you know if we were able to find a place where you live? Do you know if we would be able to get a boat of any kind there?
Ask again.
If we were able to, if you showed us where to go, where you live above ground in that entire, probably amazing looking tree set, would it be possible to get a boat of some kind or some assistance?
No, we're kind of afraid of water
mine
Except
to
for-
our boats.
because we hate you.
Okay, that's fair.
That's valid.
Yoga, so do you punch holes as a culture? Do you punch holes in the boats because you don't like water, or do you punch holes in the boats because when we go to sleep tonight, we're going to be reassailed by your friends?
We punch holes in the boat as a way to prove dominance over our deep-seated cultural fear of water.
Okay,
It's just an asshole kind of move.
I can respect that. No, I respect that.
Yeah, no, it's a reclamation of our fear.
A lot of the things I'm afraid of, I want to punch holes into. I get it.
Yeah. She gets it. She's
vibing.
Love yourself. Have fun.
Love you so.
Mwah. Okay. Well then. I guess we can take a rest and start walking. I mean,
I think that'd be a good idea.
I have another option.
Cole stands up and he turns to the group. Should we let the goblin go?
In the morning, he can use my bedroll.
Yeah, we can find something. We can figure something out. Hey, I know there are snakes, but
I can take care of that.
Yeah, I was going to, because you guys can do the whole animal stuff.
The
we can see if-
tents are far too tattered and moldy to be of any use.
Well, I guess we could sleep at the foot.
At the feet.
Tents out. At the feet. Like, just beyond the pit kind of deal. Because, I mean, no one's getting past the pit. We just have to be very careful when we step up. Take a piss.
I don't toss and turn much, so I'm not too concerned.
But I was thinking more, see if there was any salvageable supplies.
But Dragonbite told us there wasn't.
Well, there's also snakes. Well, I would like to give a cursory glance myself.
Are you going to kill these snakes?
No, I don't want you to kill the snakes. I just want to go around the snakes so that we can see if there is any salvage. Since we're stuck here already, might as well see if we can't find an extra bedroll.
Okay.
Does the glass jar still make water?
Yes.
Or are we going to need to boil it to refill the water we used?
Yeah, what is this thing? Do you know what this is?
Cole presents it to Jet.
Mark? You're muted.
Oh, you actually took it with you.
Yes, of course we did.
Oh,
It's kind of our job.
I could detect magic on it, but to identify it, I think I might have to sit with it for a bit. AKA, I don't have identify.
Well, like, from your knowledge as a person that knows magic, could you check to see what it is, like, just from your past knowledge of things, without using a spell to do so?
What I'm saying is, I don't.
Could you check with your arcana knowledge and see if things work?
I think that Mark is trying to say that he wouldn't be able to help us in any
No, I
useful
can't.
way.
Dubaneth waves her hand over the glass jug. Soul, I'm pretty sure it's magical.
I know, but if like he had seen something similar to this, he tells what it was.
I don't think he's seen anything similar
No,
to this, so
I've never seen anything like this. And if it's something we can attune to, it'll take an hour, but that's the only way I can find out information. I can't just look at it and figure it out.
Don't attune to it. This place is cursed.
Yeah, is the water still flowing from behind us? Or has it stopped?
It's petered off into the pit.
Oh,
it's
only
is he-
worse than attuning to a magical
He's
object.
he's
It's a
floating.
cursed magical object.
It's like up to his knees, but he's got like his hands folded in front of him and his like teeth gritting, and he's just like,
He's gonna float to the top at some point. That's all it is. Like he's just
Well,
gonna float there. He's not gonna drown.
I wonder if the reason goblins are afraid of water is because they get to water, they just sink like a rock.
Or also they just can't swim.
I mean, maybe we should take him out of there. This is basically torture. We can put him in the pen where the axe beaks were for the night.
Well,
Lock
I
it
mean, we
up.
can slip out through the. It's not. It's not a prison.
Yoga,
Yeah.
if we took you out of the pit, would you try to kill me? Or any of us?
No, I wouldn't try to kill you.
Especially since you know that he could kill you
Jet wants
just
to
a moment.
insight that.
Yeah,
with
no.
like
I'll
lightning and
be honest,
everything.
I'm not scared of Stormcaller. I'm scared of Jet. That dude who like levitated the robot I was in. It's
Oh,
fucking scary as hell.
You should have seen. He did that to a scorpion one time. Fed it to an alligator.
Were you there for that though?
Jet's told
You
the
guys
story.
talk about it enough.
That's true.
That's what I was about to say.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, and not like a scorpion, like a.
A scorpion.
No, scorpions only come in one size.
No. Giant scorpion.
No, yeah, scorpions only come in one size.
Here in Chult, they only come in one side.
Never mind. There are places where they're actually quite small and like can
Oh,
be kept as
those-
pets.
Places are suck.
I mean, I imagine it's better
What-
for this.
Would we say that?
Cole is gonna help
Absolutely
Yoka
not.
out of the hole.
Yeah. So we'll lower down some rope because it's like 20 fuck.
Clean.
Jet's gonna ask for the jug and take 10 minutes to
hear it,
detect
too.
magic on it just to see if he gets anything more out of it besides it's magical. Just ritual cast it.
Shit's magic.
You're going to ritual cast, and I cannot place tokens down for whatever reason, so I am going to find a random token to drop.
Oh, great! It's a creature.
No.
Oh.
Okay. Cedrin, because it's the only token I had prepared.
Hello.
Oh my
great.
god, it's Cedrin!
Cedrin
So-
fucking appears.
I'm so
Oh shit,
sorry.
a goblin! Pow.
Oh, Cedric, okay.
Give me 1 second. Okay, cool. So you're going to detect magic.
So what do you think? Is he gonna try to murder us in our sleep?
I mean, if he does, like, what? He's going to get one good hit on us, wake up, just kill him.
I mean, that's fair, but what if he comes back with his friends?
I
Then we
think
fight
his
him.
friends straight up left.
Yeah, they sort of just abandoned him.
Maybe we should reinforce that with him before we go to bed.
Yeah. And also, we could just tie a rope to him.
Oh,
That's true.
guys.
He's right there.
We're whispering this! We're whispering
Oh,
this!
yeah.
Oh,
Right.
oh.
Sorry about that.
You know, you're sorry. You're just
You're very small.
you're underfoot. I apologize. Are you hungry?
Also, we are sorry about your friends just leaving.
Yeah, the cat sucks ass on their part.
No, I mean it's goblin culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, my own dad tried to kill me for sport, so
Yeah, I mean, that. Really?
But that reminds me, you guys live on the undead side of the river, right?
yeah.
Which is, by the way, where we're at right now.
That's,
Maybe we should use that boat and ferry ourselves to the other side before we set up camp.
That'd probably be a good idea. Hey Yoka.
Yeah.
Did you happen to see a silver dragonborn pass through here a couple weeks ago? If you were here for like 3 weeks. Not that matters. I'm just curious.
No.
No, that's fair. But oh well, I was just curious. But yeah, we should probably head over to the other side of the river and then camp there. And we should probably also like message people at Camp Righteous and say like, hey, Red,
Vengeance.
you know what I mean.
I know.
Just like message like Eku or something, be like, hey,
We made it. We're still alive.
Yeah.
we're still leave. We're missing a canoe now.
Yeah, though keep in mind we're not gonna get a long rest, so we can't send too many messages.
Well, actually, this place is like more or less like camps down. Like, I'm sure if we slept, if we keep a good watch, I mean, we're in a more or less secured area. Like, I mean, we have walls on three sides of us.
We're on the wrong side of the river.
Yes, but then we can bottleneck any undead that come our way.
I don't know. It's up to fish.
Defensible does not mean safe.
That's
yeah,
fair.
Like the way I'm going with safe is that like you guys can camp out in the middle of nowhere and you take the necessary precautions to make it safe, but this is already like like
that's valid. I get you now. Okay.
right. It's not like the position, it's the threat that makes it safe.
Duvaneth will, since we're seems like we're gearing up for a rest of some kind, talking about making camp across the river and stuff like that, she will lean against a wall and sort of just like take a deep breath and get her hit points back.
Mhm.
All right. Are you guys? So you guys are gonna ferry over?
Yep, I think that's the plan.
Okay. Are you taking Yoka with you?
Sure.
Why did
Yoka,
you
would you
just
like to join?
quotation sure?
Well, because fish quotation Yoka.
Oh, I'm just so confused.
Oh, honey. I'm sorry. I'm just looking at group chat by accident, making me happy.
Did I get anything from the detect magic?
It is magical.
What school?
It's transmutation.
Okay. Fuck, my son.
Transmutation. Yeah.
Tarnation.
Tarnation.
All right,
Quentin
give me
Sam Hill.
second.
Mhm.
Gonna group you guys all together, make my job easier.
And then, are we going to go ahead and call it after this, or are we going to continue?
Do you like, because after this it's just going to be some random encounters, one of which I kind of want you guys to hit. Just traveling.
Yeah, I'm fine.
It depends on you guys.
I'm personally don't have any plans tomorrow. Yes. So if we wanted to keep going, I'm fine with that.
Just have homework.
Yeah, that's
That's all I
basically
got.
that's basically my plans for tomorrow. Is do homework.
Yeah. 1 second, let me clear it up.
Mark,
What's up?
Yeah.
we were talking about if we wanted to call it here for the night, or just do a few more random encounters, just like walking kind of situations, if I'm understanding correctly.
It's up to you guys, but he keeps getting up, so I'm gonna keep getting up. It's on the group. I'll go with the group, but if he gets up, I have to get up and I have to walk away.
No, you're okay. Like, we can always just say that Jet is resting or something.
And
If
besides,
things get hairy, we have Dragonbait with us.
if it's only the one encounter, I feel like we could do that and then call it.
Yeah. Like, I wouldn't mind the XP, though. We are really close to the next level.
We're 3,000 away. We haven't really fought anything.
Yeah. But when we get back to the camp, if we have, like, more than one encounter on the way back.
It's up to you. If you guys just want to do it, then we'll do it. Jason, you're still muted.
Oh.
Oh, now you're me.
Oh, no, I'm good. It's all good. Oh, a cuddle party.
We have. Oh, Sadrin is Yoka. Okay, I understand that.
Yes,
I was really confused.
Duvaneth will any time we'll be having Yoko with us. Duvaneth will be trancing on top of her pack, like literally using that as her sleeping pack or sleeping roll. Because no.
So we'll offer his arms to people if they would like them.
Cole will take his classic position at the very corner of the tent.
I mean, this isn't like you guys aren't sharing one tent. You guys all have separate tents.
Oh, okay.
This is just
Let us
the,
dream.
the only
Let us
rest.
dream.
You
Let us
guys
have our
have
cuddle
All
party.
2-person tents.
This is no fair. Okay. So we'll kip with Yoka though.
Okay, cool. You guys settle down for the night as you take a short rest.
Whoop whoop.
So has a cuddle buddy.
Through the night, you'll hear. Go on.
I was gonna say, who's rooming with who? What does this floor plan look like if we are all in two people tents?
Okay, so Soul is with Yoka. Jet and Duvaneth and Goshawk and Dragonbait, maybe?
Honestly, yeah, I'm vibing.
Right.
They can't see
There we
you.
go.
Okay. They say hi.
Mr. Meaty Stats, I
Mr. Meese.
And did anyone want to attempt to attune with?
Oh, Cole, once Jet has determined what it is, he's gonna take it back.
It is not attunement.
So you can't get.
So now we
anything
just
out of
gotta mess with it until we figure out how to work it.
You guys hunker down for the night. You hear the various sounds of wildlife, and there's one moment when the night is at its darkest that all of you hear that kind of like an unfamiliar bird screeching mixed with metal, almost reminiscent of the axe beak you met earlier.
My child.
And it'll
you
get
know.
closer. You'll hear some kind of fleshy thudding, and then it'll fade out. The screeching get just farther and farther away, and then the rest of the night will continue as normal.
Hate that.
No meetings, no nothing.
Oh,
You guys wake up. We'll just kind of briefly thumb through it. Are you guys
let me
going
put
to?
The
Oh yeah.
on day 11. Oh, did we get any rain from rain catchers?
No, you did not. It does not rain.
We'll have to figure out that thing then, because I am out of water, and so is Goshawk and everyone else.
Koshak can make water,
So can Jet.
Yeah.
so we Gucci.
Everybody
Nice.
pile your water skins in the middle.
So
And we literally have a pitcher that will currently never run out of water.
that we know of. 16 plus 5 is a amount 21. We should each have 21 gallons now in our gathered. I'll just add it to everyone.
Thank you.
Bless.
Mm-hmm.
Does that also make food, or is it just water?
Yep, nope, makes food. It
So we're
does
good on
45
food.
pounds of food and 30 gallons of water.
Okay,
So we're
we
good,
don't.
good on food for the day.
You
Okay,
don't have to use
so
a ration.
actually, that kind of works out. We just have one person make food, one person make water every day.
Well, the
No,
split is both.
Both.
I'll do
Okay,
the first
well.
one.
All right. So, and how's Yoka looking? Yep. Go ahead.
Fine. He's chilling. He's relaxing, maxing.
Acting all cool.
So we'll give him an extra ration though, and since he doesn't, well, no, he doesn't eat. He'll give him an extra one. He'll give him one of his water skins, so that way he can drink.
Oh, thanks.
No problem. Just don't murder us in our sleep.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't dream of it.
Mm-hmm. He also slept like a baby last night because Soul just has like the best cuddle on.
It's probably the warmest Yoka's ever been.
Yeah, I think this is the most anybody's touched him in his very short life. So, like, despite the, like, waterboarding and everything else like that, a lot of conflicted feelings going on right now for the poor guy.
We have a jar that doesn't run out of water. You want to get waterboarded by that? No, you don't.
I thought that there's no good cop, bad cop. It's just that they're both at the same time. And
It's
Koa
the
shocks.
chaos. It's the chaos bunch. We are the Cuatro
Pendejos.
Thank you.
Los cuatro
You can say it a
pendejos.
lot better than I can because you actually know more or less how to speak Spanish.
So you guys are. So you guys are walking?
Yes.
Yes, we're walking. Oh, does Jet and or Koshak want to message Eku and tell her, hey, we're alive? Late.
Only Jet has sent.
Mark, do you go ahead and send? You're muted.
Yep, I can do that.
Cool. Make sure to also tell Alba that. Make sure she knows to tell Alba that Soul loves him.
I'm not going to no.
It's very important, Jet.
You can tell him when we get there.
But what if we don't get it back?
Learn magic.
Fine. Whatever. It's fine.
I'm not bothered.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you want.
He like holds. But what if he like pulls out of his bag the doll that Les got him like forever ago? Zook. Love you, Dad. Be good. What if this doll told you to say I love you to Alba?
Hold on, I'm trying to write this out. Hold on, Soul. And Jet's literally like looking down, paying attention to what he's trying to do.
Just picturing like Soul's like, what if this? And just like, sure.
Devon, like, that's the only person. Like, it only work against me. Just like, Liz, I didn't have a bonding scene with her, except for the time she held me down and forced me to get a face mask.
She screamed in my ear.
Yeah. Also, what is like the doll? Anyways, like it's just like a little rag doll, like Dragonborn or something, right?
Mhm.
I love it. It's a little Dragonborn doll.
It's
I
got
love.
like gold and silver scales.
No.
It's a little baby Liz. It's a little Liz.
Well, they didn't know what
Oh.
color she was gonna come out, so they're just like, what if she was both?
Oh my god.
Oh, this is like a family heirloom. Oh.
Duvanov is inspecting Yoka's equipment in the meanwhile.
Pants, shirt.
Well, that's good.
Does he not have like a weapon on him or anything like that?
Nope.
Good.
That's always nice to know.
That was mostly what I was checking for.
You said it in such like an oddly creepy way that made it sound like you were gonna be the one that murdered him.
No, you guys know that I'm adept at handing people weapons in combat. It's just the thing I do. So like, if it comes down to it, we need him. I can do it.
Are we taking the road?
It can't fit all of us.
Yeah, so how are we going to take the rowboat with us?
The last thing Jet heard was, can anybody get smaller? And then Jet has not heard anything about a plan of what we're doing. Because I've literally been running away to go take care of Jack, so I know nothing else.
That's true.
None of us can get smaller.
Yeah,
I don't think any of us can get smaller. Well, no, wait. Kojak can technically turn into a mouse.
How many times for how long?
He can turn into it for a max.
2 times for 6 hours.
Yep.
Oh,
so 12 hours. That would good. But then we still have Sol, Duvaneth,
Jet and Yoka.
Dragonbait,
So
and Jet. But then we have Yoka too. So we could fit Yoka. He's small. We can make it work.
I don't think it's
Because
gonna work.
He can sit on someone's lap. It's fine.
I feel like it's a weight limit thing.
I feel as if we put too many people on the rowboat, it's not necessarily the amount, but probably sink. You're like, no offense, Sol, but you're like 2 people. You're
That is
2
true.
people.
I am. Oh, you mean with? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not that.
He's
Am I
flexing.
really that big?
I had no idea. Just flexing.
Yeah, I had no idea. I was just like, this is huge.
All right, I think we're gonna have to. I think we're gonna have to walk.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to walk.
just
Yoka-
doing this, waiting for everybody to stop talking.
Yoka, do you want to punch a hole in that boat? Yeah.
Well, we should probably keep it around just in case like anyone needs. We could give it to those weird people with the purple that we found. Yeah, Yoka, do you know anything about this?
We'll be fine.
Purple people.
Oh, yeah. They're looking for Needle's bones.
Who?
Needle's bones? I don't know. It's a pile of bones. Like,
Do you mean Niles Breakbone?
no, Needle's bones.
Needles bones.
Yeah.
Is it-
Yeah.
Any relation?
No. I have an accent. You don't have to be a jerk about it.
Yeah.
So what is Needles bone? It's just
No
like a pile
idea.
of bones.
It's like bones. Yeah. It's like got something in it, apparently. Like something. You know what I mean?
Does someone know what Needles bones is?
Something.
Like, has he heard of it before?
No.
Needle.
Actually,
His-
history check with advantage, Salvadago.
Oh, no. I don't like how it's with band.
Yeah, that's concerning.
18.
Yeah, so Neil's bones, it had been a pretty minor point of
Stuff that happened.
contention is maybe too strong of a word for it, but when you and the Dragon Knights were out investigating Rockhammer, that is a destination that Deliphanos wanted to Drail to check out. It was vetoed by the rest of the company, but it was he was pulling out all the stops, like the passive aggressiveness, the casual manipulation, the bartering, like.
Damn, that's kind of impressive that they were able to go there then. Huh.
I don't think
So-
there's any reality where we're gonna get to use this boat.
No. Yeah. Never mind then. Destroy it. Do whatever you want with it.
Yoga
can
takes
punch
off towards
multiple holes.
Yoga takes off towards the boat.
He'll hold out a die. He'll hold out Duvalin's dagger. Flip it around.
No, he's gone. He's
Oh,
gonna
right.
run, jump, and he's going to land and go through the side of the rowboat feet first. Like he just punches a
Just
hole
like
that
fucking,
way.
like, Scrooge McDuck's into.
And he'll kind of slip into the water. You'll see him struggle for a moment, then manage to just pull himself onto shore. And he'll spend the next like 5 to 10 minutes just
Kicking the shit out of this.
beating it. The over, like he's just going at it. Dragonbait is watching, and he almost smells like honeysuckle.
Honeysuckle.
I remember that one.
What's honeysuckle smell? Is that a good one or a bad one? Good. I have a running list, and he like shows like the small list he's been making.
He'll hold up a sign, and it says "That makes me happy," and he'll start to smell like lemons. And then he'll put it away.
I love him. Dragonbait. Anyways.
Also, do all of your characters have alignments? Like, would you have an alignment for them?
Still has
Yeah.
Alignments isn't something I dig deep into. Can you guys whisper your alignments to me?
How do I do that? I struggle.
/ Wait. 1 second. Let me.
Oh, it's
I
/
believe that's Jack's wake.
W. My goodness, child.
/ W. Okay.
Space GM.
Yeah.
So /W space GM.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Slash has to go the other way.
Backwards
Slash has to
slash,
go the other way.
backwards. Regular slash, not forward slash.
Okay. I was confused.
I'm so sorry. I forgot you actually know this stuff.
Forgot you were a computerman.
I mean, I don't really know the difference. It's just one is useful in Linux, one is useful in yeah.
I'm sorry that Jax is awake.
Yeah, he's restless tonight, so literally the last, I think, hour I haven't paid attention to anything going on.
Yeah, no, that's rough. Can I get Jet's, Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there you go. I literally don't know what it was because I didn't hear how to do it,
Yeah.
so.
It's cool.
It's just
I figured Jet was lawful good anyway.
yeah. He seems like a lawful.
Dragonbait will kind of like scan over the crowd and he'll puff out his chest and sort of like raise his sword in a hurrah moment almost and gesture towards the forest.
All right, Dragonbait. I like your gumption. Nice sword. And he will start heading. Soul will start heading to the jungle.
Cool. Who's taking point? You guys can rely on Yoka as your guide, but is there anybody else who might want to take a crack?
Soul has a +3 to survival.
Hold on, I think Soul has Cole.
See? This is why I
Soul,
warned you about.
Cole, I don't like you guys.
This isn't my fault. I haven't even picked out ages ago.
It's my fault. Koajach.
Yes, exactly, Mr. Kozak.
Okay, so Koashok is going to be your guide.
I suppose so.
What pace are you guys going?
I mean,
Fast or
also,
regular?
I'd kind of like to go fast because we're already sort of like on the time limit, and I don't want to spend more time in the jungle area.
Fist.
Sure.
God damn it.
Alright.
Valiant effort.
With the first few like hours of walking pass by quietly, not much happens. Is there anything that the group shares in conversation or questions that they might have for the others? You know,
So what the fuck was up with that vision?
I imagine that maybe based on maybe it was a cleric of Uteo.
Yes. Honestly, of what we know of Rosny, because he was like a worshiper, like a higher up worshiper of Rosny before he was like kicked away.
He was a worshipper of Uteo. Yes.
Yeah. So maybe that was Rosny, because he did have the triangular earring, which makes it a bit.
It does lend to a couple of theories, doesn't it?
The earrings were oriented the wrong way, though.
So wait, so the
Maybe it was
earrings
before
are this
he, like-
way.
The
Rosny's
earrings were
triangle.
this way. Rosny's triangle is this way.
Okay, Rosny is this. Triangle is
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Fish, did the bracers that you mentioned, those
Yeah,
don't look like the bracers of archery I have in my pack, do they?
they do not.
Okay, just wanted to
That'd be-
clarify.
That'd be baller though.
That would be terrifying.
Mhm.
Cursed.
Cursed. It's all cursed. Bracers haunted. What?
But
Brace-
I'm curious. What? Braces haunted. It's the only way to break a magical item. You just hit it with a
Shoot
Glock
it.
a couple times. Specifically a Glock. But so we'll also like take a look at the picture thing and be like, how do we get this to work?
I poured water in it, and it will pour maybe endlessly, maybe more than was in it.
So you add water and you make it work.
Yes.
And it's not endless, but I guess it creates water.
Definitely more than you put into it.
Is there
Uh,
water in it right now?
yes. Or I assume there is.
Yep.
So we'll sort of like attempts to pour it out.
Cool. If you pour it out, it sprinkles onto the land, and it keeps going.
Does it stop?
Nope.
He lifts it up. He looks in it. There's a slosh.
Yeah.
We have water.
That's good. Can I have it back?
Yes, of course.
Thank you. Cole seems like he's thinking. Do you think maybe Rasni created these?
I mean, I suppose it's a possibility.
Because clearly he was a man before he became whatever it is he is now.
I wasn't aware that he had changed at all.
Well, he was, as you know, stories say, son of Uteo, so necromancy kind of changes you. I would assume. Dealing with
Insight check.
Oh, meaning.
Plot twist, he's not a druid, he's
Alright, Muty, make sure to roll on GM.
Oh, 14. Sorry.
Oh, how do I roll on GM?
If you look, sorry.
You go onto your sheet and it'll say at the top like all GM something, and then you hit. Yeah, thank you. Okay, Muty, based off of those rules, do you want me to do that for you, or do you want to do that?
So Cole seems to be, you know, telling the truth insofar as he's seen necromancy do some weird shit to people. Mostly because, you know, Duvanith does have a point when she says cursed.
It's cursed.
One
Indeed.
second.
Any kind of magic can change a person. It's just necromancy that happens to have very obvious effects.
Duvanith is disquieted.
Alright.
And by that I mean I assume she was like listening in and was trying to read Cole's sort of
Whole
Yeah.
thing.
yeah, just get a general read on him.
But that'll be what Soul does, and then we can get Mark out here.
Yeah.
Okay. The night of camping also passes by pretty. You guys skirt through the dungeon. Koshaka's doing a great job of guiding you all. Make sure to mark all the stuff down.
Yep, I got it.
Okay, cool, awesome.
We get. Oh, I guess we don't have to worry about water right now.
Short rest. Second day passes by pretty quickly. You guys approach. Camp Vengeance about mid-morning. Not mid-morning, but like mid-afternoon, just when the sun is at its hottest. And you guys approach from the kind of riverside, having, I presume, followed it for its whateverness.
Yeah.
Hey. Just give me a second. So, as you guys are approaching Camp Vengeance, just outside of the gatehouse, you see a group of figures standing together. Eku, Nile, and the
Oh.
Cleric of Torm that you guys met before, and another figure that you guys had just kind of briefly been introduced to at the wedding, a reasonably tall, whatever
Handsome.
man. Yeah, is handsome a good word? Handsome?
He has 22 charisma. I mean, he definitely has an air
Really
about him.
attractive man. A man with a really attractive air about him. All kind of like talking in hushed tones. And as you guys get closer, you can kind of detect how almost haggard the man looks. And all four of them will look up as the group approaches. And Niles will fold his arms, like kind of fold his hands in front of him and go, "Great, you're back.
Sorry about that.
We need to talk."
Oh.
And that's where we'll end for tonight's session.
Consent. Okay.
Next episode, the gang gets conscripted into service.
More than 5 years.
Alright. Thanks everybody for hanging out. We had about 10 people tonight, so that was actually one of our
Hell
biggest
yeah.
ones
Dude,
we've had.
what?
Yeah.
And also,
Go ahead.
shout out to Emily, even though she's already out to here, but she's currently now. I think she has like 5 slots. What she was doing, so you should totally check her out on Instagram. She did Solidago's art that you are seeing right now that I'm using.
She also
And-
has done Alba's and Duvanis art.
Yes. So there is a bunch of cool stuff for you to come and check out from her. I would totally just suggest checking her
Okay,
out. Well,
let's
yeah. Yeah, I've done enough of the
Plug.
Okay, yeah.
shout
Awesome.
out to all the
Thank you guys
artists.
for coming out tonight's session. Just hop onto the Discord if you want more specific shout outs. Thank you guys. Sleep
Yes,
well.
exactly.
Alright, have a good night, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.